Thank you. Hope everybody's doing amazing. About to have a great build here. We're going to review this video where this guy, he's proposing to his girlfriend, and she's not trying to hear it, okay? She's going to turn him down about their proposal. But you got to hear the reason for why she's turning him down, why she's turning his proposal down, okay? Rise and shine, everybody. I hope you're doing well. I hope you guys are ready for an amazing build, an amazing dialogue, an amazing expose into critical thinking, okay, family? Chanel says, let's see it. What's up with you, Mario? What's up with you, Belinda? Peace to you, Joshua. Well, listen, I hope you guys are having an amazing afternoon. I ain't going to sit and hold you up long, but I am going to play this video. I am going to say, family, I am going to pause it from time to time. I'm not going to pause it for forever, but I am going to pause it from time to time. Soul Vibes already says, wow, she lame for that, brother. Well, let's watch the video and discuss it, okay? Let's look with open eyes. Let's not be biased. Let's open our minds and hearts up, okay, so we can see what's going on, okay? I'm already smiling because I just know a lot of y'all going to have a lot of stuff to say, okay? But while we're watching this video, I want you guys to be thinking to yourself, because the question I'm going to ask immediately after this video is, what does marriage mean to today's woman? What does marriage mean to today's man? What does marriage mean to you, okay? And this is what we want. This is the bottom line of what I'm trying to get to, okay? But I want you guys to watch this video. If you haven't seen this video for yourself, it's on Trick Daddy's page. If you don't want to watch it here, go to Trick Daddy's page and you can watch it straight through. So I just know y'all, okay? You don't like for me to pause it. You don't like to hear me talk, even though you're on my live. I'm doing this live to talk. So I just want to go ahead and just disclaimer, okay? If y'all going to sit here and complain about me talking through this video, then go ahead and go to Trick Daddy's page and just watch it straight through. It's at the top of his page. Other than that, I don't want to hear it, okay? So listen, family, if they in there complaining about me talking, y'all do me the favor and let them know. Somebody say he's still talking. Let them know where they can go find this full video, okay, family? All right. Let's have a beautiful build, okay? Let's do it. This woman turns down this proposal, and let's find out why, family. Let's go.
So let me show y'all something, world. I just literally proposed. I ain't gonna record you because that's up. Like I just proposed to my girl. We've been together for 10 years, and I just proposed to her.
Now I'm already pausing it because I want to go ahead and cover this. Okay. There is no need for him to be recording her. Do you understand? Now she's already said, like, why are you recording? Why are you recording? At this point, just turn the camera off. What I want men to understand is this: Facebook can't save you. Social media can't save you or help you. If you're with somebody who don't want to work with you, if you're with somebody who you're not getting along with, telling the world that you're not getting along with this person, it ain't going to change. They don't care what the world's opinion is. If they're not going to change for you, why would they care what people on Facebook's got to say? Why would they care what these people got to say? People don't catch on fire because they misbehave, because they're not treating you right. So they're not going to care if you go put it on Facebook and get other people's opinions. Actually, what you're going to get is people are going to disagree with the video. You're right. I don't see the video either. Why is it not on my page? Hang on. Hang on.
Looking at the.
Why is the video not showing now? Let's get this video back up because they just tripping on, brother. Okay, so anyway, family, as I was saying, there's no need to go on Facebook. If it ain't working, gentlemen, you're just going to have to man up and move around. Don't be with her anymore. It ain't nobody you can really go talk to that's going to try to talk sense into her. These women or men nowadays, they don't care what nobody got to say. So, of course, he's like, I'm recording it because you're doing me wrong. Oh, listen, man, just say she said no and move around. You understand? But we so quick to go to social media nowadays, like social media gonna talk some sense into or keep your person in line. They don't care. You understand, family? So number one, don't play the video, put the video up. All right, let's go, family. Let's get into it. Starting back from the top.
So let me show y'all something, world. I just literally proposed. I ain't gonna record you because that's up. Like I just proposed to my girl. We've been together for 10 years, and I just proposed to her, and she just sitting here and just looking at the ring. You just sitting here looking.
After 10 years? That's how I want to do that. Wait, what? 10 years. So, okay. Her first issue is after 10 years. But here's the thing. Why are you with him, sweetie? Why are you with him? If all you're gonna do is turn him down if he asks you for a proposal. So if the man proposes to you, you're gonna say, yo, it's been 10 years. But you with me for me to propose. Why didn't you just leave me alone because I'm wasting your time? Listen, family, 10 years is a hell of a long time to ask a woman to date you. Her biological clock is ticking, family. By 25, she's lost most of her eggs. Her spending all this time with you is actually kind of like you robbing her of her time. She don't get that back. So if you know you're not seeing her or she's not presenting to you reasons to take her more serious, then you should respectfully allow that woman to go her own way. Just seriously, if you don't really see her as enough to move forward with, then you probably shouldn't just keep dating her for all those years. I know it took me 10 years to figure it out, but King, 10 years now. I always say a man that's really intentional about his, he don't need to be betting you for no 6 years, 3 years, 6 months, intentional dating, asking the right questions, getting to know her should be about enough time to be able to move forward with at least an engagement. So the woman knows you're taking her serious, y'all. 10 years before you even propose. That's all. That's I can see this. Potentially she's not showing you wifey attributes. You're not tripping as a man because look, your biological clock is almost infinite. So you really ain't tripping to lose 5-10 years of your life. She make you happy, she's cool, but you're not going to move forward with it in marriage. But listen, you can't think about you in that aspect. You got to think about, okay, look, I'm not trying to move forward with this lady. You understand? She obviously wants to move forward because she's holding the length of time that he's been dating her over his head. It's been 10 years. She don't like that. So as a man, we got to understand, like, we shouldn't play on her time like that. If we don't think that she's worthy for marriage, we got to just move around. Say, look, I'm not seeing you for marriage right now. I even love you. I even vibe with you the long way, but marriage is a different thing. This is why I'm asking you guys, what is marriage? Because he's dating her for 10 years, but still saying he can't really see marrying her. It took him 10 years to see if he wanted to marry her. Yo, what's going to change between this marriage is some paperwork. You still going to be with her. She's still going to be the same person. I promise you, she ain't going to become somebody new because you married her. Women make you this promise, but that's not true. Just like men ain't going to be nobody new because you married. If they're making you these promises to change, once you give them a relationship or give them the commitment or give them the marriage, trust me, they're lying to you. A person's just going to be who they are going to be with you because they value you, period. All that marriage stuff, yo, that's some social stuff we agreed upon. It's cool, but at the same time, it shouldn't be required for you to function. You understand? So anyway, it's been 10 years. He ain't married her yet. Probably because he ain't really worried about losing the time, but she is. So is it viable that she's saying, yo, it's been 10 years? Yes. But the problem is you're still dating a man that been having you on wait for 10 years. Now, if you're only going to turn him down, you probably should just leave him alone because, hey, you wouldn't even marry him if he asked you because it's been 10 years. That's already bad. And I wouldn't say he's toxic for waiting 10 years, that he's uncertain, he's not sure, and that's not a really manly quality to have, right? But anyway, let's continue.
No type of little setup, roses, flowers, nothing. Just after 10 years.
Crystal,
y'all hear that?
You said,
listen.
Why do it?
Flowers, nothing. Just
Crystal,
hang on.
You just sitting there looking at it.
No type of little
Why do it? But
flowers, nothing. Just
God,
and then after 10 years.
Now watch this, family. It's been 10 years. On top of that, you didn't even set it up right. Like you didn't put no effort into it. We in a car. Like you didn't do nothing grandiose. You didn't set it up, family. Okay, that's why I'm asking you, ladies, what is marriage to y'all? Is it the proposal? Is it the ceremony? Or is it what happens after all of that? You being with this person, you working with this person, being agreeable with this person, having children with this person, raising children, and building a life with this person. What is marriage to you? Because if she's with the man for 10 years, she probably sees value in the man. But now she's going to turn down a proposal because he didn't propose right or to the way she expected. So her expectations of how she should be proposed to are so high that she's going to turn his whole proposal down in marriage because of how he proposed. So men are a dime a dozen based on how I'm seeing this. If he don't propose the right way, and don't get me wrong, it is in a car. It's not romantic. It's not sexy. It's not something that she can show off to her peers. It's not. Which begs the question, family. What is she really expecting as far as a proposal? Is she expecting him to get on his knee? Is she expecting something crazy, all her friends to be present, something she can brag about, something she can show off with her friends, something that would make her feel validated amongst her peers? What is it that she's looking for? Because she says he didn't put much effort into it. The marriage would be the same regardless of how he proposed. You're going to be married to the same knucklehead. That's who you're going to be with right there. Whether he give you a grandiose proposal or he proposes to you in the car, it's the same guy. And the same guy you've been dating for 10 years. If you don't like what that looked like, that should be the reason why you don't want to marry him. Calvin says, yeah, effort in. Yeah, at that point, once you give this girl a ring and you telling her, look, I want to marry you, and she's saying no, man, don't sit here and record her, try and figure her out and try to get her reasons for why she don't want to marry you. Look, she said no. The answer is no. As a man, just go respectfully, I understand. Like, okay, cool. But don't sit here and try to reason. I mean, I don't know, family. I feel like that too. Not like F her then with having animosity towards it. It's like F it then, more likely. Like, well, then forget it then. You see what I'm not gonna sit here and beg you. If you love me, you would think that you want to be that. If you're gonna be with me for 10 years, you think I have something to show for husband material. But let's go, family. The expectation, the 10 years, these are reasons why she said no so far to a marriage, family. Person that she's been with for 10 years. Jamie says the commitment, the long-term building with the partner for life. Right. That's what marriage should be. But I'm afraid that we're looking at marriage as a ceremony, a ring, and a proposal. Let's continue.
Crystal, you said you wanted to be married. I went out and bought this ring.
5 years ago, I don't want that shit. Not take you another 5 years to close to me. No, I don't.
What you mean? So 10 years, look, 10 years for me, that tells me if I want to spend the rest of my life with you.
It don't take you 10 years.
People with true colors, people with true
10
colors don't become like, I got to see your true colors. It do take people 10 years. Everybody not the same. Like, I don't get it. What you talking about? Like, so
true colors? It takes 10 years to get somebody's true colors. Man, we need to learn how to vet better than this. We cannot be on a 10-year vetting process with a woman and understanding that she has a biological clock. You can't play on her time like that. She is valuable, family. Like, her youth shouldn't be spent with you vetting her and then only after 10 years on whether you want to marry her or not. That's ridiculous. Do you understand? So of course she's upset about that, but she's saying after 5 years, I wanted to marry you. But listen, sweetheart, you should have left him after 5 years if you didn't want him after 5 years. If that means you're wasting your own time. You can't even blame this man. That's why I be like it's yin and it's yang, because the way you treat yourself is how another person going to treat you. Do you understand? So somebody said they still young. Big country, I understand. They young, but you have to understand there's a difference between being young and young-minded. You can be young and yet still be mature. I was married at 19 years old, family. Wasn't nothing young about me, even though I was young. Okay? So I made sure I did the right thing as a man, and I stuck by that marriage too and raised my children. You understand? So it's not really about age as much as it is about understanding. Back in the day, family, we got married young. Life wasn't that long. So we keep using these excuses that we young, when truthfully, that's literally all it is just an excuse. She's been with him for 10 years. 5 years ago, she felt like it was already too long, and she stayed with him another 5. And then when he proposes, she says, well, it's been too long. I don't want to be with you. Well, then what about you wasting your own time for 5 of those years? Okay, I might have wasted 10 years of your life, but at least I gave you the proposal. And so you're going to get married, proving that while it took a long time, I didn't waste your time, but you turning down the proposal is ending the relationship essentially. And that is wasting your time. 10 years you want to give me credit for, but you got to take credit for that 5 too, because you have an opportunity to say yes to marriage, but instead you're going to say no to marriage because of the time you stayed with me. Yo, you should have left me 5 years ago. He's saying, well, it should take some time, 10 years to figure out because people's colors change. Man, look, no, sir. That's too long. That's entirely too long, family. All right, let's continue. And listen, family, true colors change. Man, this is what I'll say to you because I don't want to leave you high and dry on this one. Kevin, what do you do to ensure that she has the wifely qualities, things that won't come out, red flags that you won't see now that can come out later? Here's what you can do, Kings. Meet her family. Yeah, meet her family. See, what we were doing back in the day actually had some good points to it. Meeting the woman's family would actually give you an indication on how she was raised. Meeting her father, meeting her mother can give you an indication on the perspective that she has. You can have a conversation with her father about how he raised her, to view a husband, how he treated her growing up. You can get good details on their relationship, on how they deal with each other, how she treats him, family, how he treats her. You can have discussions with her mother, so you can get well acquainted with her, and their family can get well acquainted with you, and you can get more familiar with how they live. Now, doing that, family, there's less chances for the woman to be using you, and there's less chances for the man to be using you, ladies, if you go meet his family. Now you don't have to worry about, is he just trying to get my sex, or is he truly interested in me? Offer him an opportunity to meet your parents. If he's willing to go meet your parents, sit, eat dinner with your parents, get familiar with your parents because you're taking him serious, therefore your parents would be interested in getting to know him because you're taking him seriously. This would probably mean if he does all of that, he ain't about to use you. Like, why would he bring you around his family just to use you? Thank you so much, Lacey. You're absolutely right. That is too long. So these are things that you can do, Kings, to try and gauge whether or not she has wifely credentials, wifely potential. Get around her people, get to know where she come from. You see what I'm saying? Like, as men, a lot of times we don't really want to get that familiar with the family. I guess we're more worried about how they're going to judge us. But Kings, you making a decision for your life. It's you judging them. It ain't the other way around. You judging to see if this is the right type of family that you want to merge with. Do you understand what marriage is, family? Do you understand what marriage is? Hopefully you guys understand that marriage is something deeper than boyfriend and girlfriend stuff. You understand? So you have to make sure a person has the propensity to be a husband or wife. This means a mother or father. So all these things are important. But let's continue, family.
So you really don't want to marry me? So you finna break up with me because I got you a ring 10 years later?
What type of thought is this? We in the car.
What you mean we in the car? Like, it don't matter where you get proposed to, as long as you get proposed to.
I don't want that shit.
I'm not gonna stop recording because you're unappreciative. I want to show the world how unappreciative my girl is. Like, I don't understand right now. Like, you got a whole, like, you know how much I spent on this ring? If you complain about where I'll propose to you at, that's what you complain about?
Car. It's no type of thought into it. And then it's been 10 years. I don't want that shit now. It took you 10 years?
Okay, everybody not the same. Maybe it take me 10 years to realize if I want to spend the rest of my life with you. That's crazy. Like, I don't get you. Like, you talking about you finna leave? Where you finna go? Where you finna go? I'm finna worry about it. What you mean? What? So you don't want this ring? Crystal, what are you doing? Crystal, you don't want this ring? You don't want this ring?
No, I don't want it.
Bro, any woman would accept this ring. I'm not gonna stop recording. Stop.
Yeah, let me record because, okay, it's nice. The ring is nice. I love it. Okay. But you ain't putting no thought into we in the car.
Crystal.
We're in the car.
It don't matter.
We're in the
Crystal,
car.
It don't matter.
I'm gonna pause it. I see right here, Nee Fall says she just don't want him. Honestly, that's what it's indicating to me. She's with him, but I don't think she wants him. I think that the length of time that it has taken for him to propose, I think that his indecisiveness likely is why she's experienced what we call ambivalence. Someone type this in, okay? Ambivalence, okay? AMBIVE. I think I can't spell right now. I'm trying to read. Someone type in ambivalence right now, family. Okay, it's when you have mixed emotions about your relationship. Okay, it's when you're unsure, uncertain about your relationship, so you doubt it. Is this the right person for me? Is this the best that I can do? And all of that begins to weigh into how you see a person, especially in women. If the man is not being consistent, if the man is not really showing that he really wants to be with her, she will experience that greatly, and she will question that. Thank you so much, ambivalence. Thank you so much, Paul. This is what I believe that she's been experienced with him. She's with him, but at the same time, the amount of ambivalence that she's feeling with him is what's holding her back from committing. All right, so here he is now with this proposal, and when he asks her, so what, you breaking up with me because the proposal, I didn't propose to you, right? Or it was too long? Notice how she doesn't answer the question. You understand? But instead, she's like just responding with what he did wrong. You understand? One thing over the other, men, we have to realize how important the novelty is for marriage for women. The way we look at marriage, we're thinking about after the honeymoon. The way they look at marriage, often they are thinking about before the honeymoon. So this is why y'all got to sit down and decide to yourselves, what the heck is marriage? To the person that you're marrying, it is very important to know how they view marriage. I'm gonna start doing more videos on questions to ask on the first date, questions to ask while you're dating a person, great vetting questions. And I've taken the time to write a lot of them down. So I was gonna do them in the form of skits. So y'all just stay tuned for that, okay? Jamie don't really like to act and stuff like that. Lacey, she does. So you'll probably see a lot of content like that with me and Lacey, where we're gonna show you guys like the best questions to ask to kind of understand the person and what they want in life before you make that commitment to them. You understand? But if her view of marriage is the novelty of it, the ceremony of it, the proposal, the ring, the marriage itself, you know, the honeymoon. If it's that, I don't think she truly understands what marriage is, because what it's going to be more of is the life after the marriage. You understand? And that's seeing this person every day and working with them and being submissive to them and him being submissive to her. You guys have to view each other as everything to you. You can't be married, or you shouldn't be married rather, still acting like you don't need that person. That's ridiculous. You chose to forge your one life with this person, and you're gonna sit up here and act like you don't need them. That makes no sense, family. Why did you marry him then? If you didn't think that your life would be better by forging it with them, why the heck did you marry this person? Anyway, let's continue.
In the car.
I proposed.
You couldn't even take me out to eat.
I proposed to you. I saved up.
You couldn't, you know what I'm saying? You couldn't even put no thought into it. Then it's been 10 years.
Ungrateful. Like, I don't understand how the ungratefulness.
I'm not ungrateful.
You are ungrateful.
I'm not ungrateful.
You are.
Anybody else would complain too.
You are. Who gonna complain?
Anybody.
I just literally proposed to you.
A woman that genuinely loved this man with all her heart, and all she wanted was to be with this man. Even though it took 10 years, when he asked her, she wouldn't have been able to get the words out of her mouth. Listen to y'all. I mean, he wouldn't have been able to get the words out of his mouth before she was like, yes, yes, yes. As soon as he pulled that damn ring out, she would have been like, yes, yes, yes. I want a woman that would marry me on a deserted island. Ain't nobody around. Ain't nobody got to be around to see it. Ain't nobody got to be around to see my proposal. Ain't nobody got to be around to see a ring. It don't even need to be a ring. My love for her, her love for me should be enough, yo. What we can do for each other, my provisions, the way I'm going to protect her, the way I'm going to treat her should be enough. She shouldn't even need no damn ring. Yeah, I'm going to get a ring. But I don't want to marry a woman who's only going to marry me if I give the ring, present it right, give her the biggest wedding. I want this woman to say, Kevin, I would marry you if there was no wedding, if there was no ceremony, if there was no paperwork, no groom to jump, no ring to hand out. I love you and I want to be with you in your life forever. That's what I want. I don't want nothing else other than that. See, for men, that's how we view marriage. We don't give a damn about no ceremony. We don't care about no ring. We don't care about showing rings off. We don't care about none of that. We don't care about that, y'all. We actually love the woman that we proposing to. We actually just want to be with her ass. We want her to be in our life. We want to see her every day. That's what we want. We don't want nobody else to have her. That's what we want. Whatever y'all seeing is totally different, family. But men, you do have to account what women are expecting surrounding marriage, and you got to ask these questions. If her view of marriage is very ceremonial, you might have to worry about if you want to marry this woman, and you might need to get some classes on what marriage is with her before you even consider that with her. And you need to be telling her why you're not asking her to marry you. 5 years go by, she asking you why you ain't asking me to marry you yet. As a man, you should be able to speak to why you don't want to marry this woman. Now, if you're gonna sit here and say, I'm not sure about you, it took me 10 years to decide, then why didn't you tell her that? Why didn't you tell her the reasons that you're not considering marriage with her? As a man, if you notice and you constantly vetting like you say you are, then when she asks you about marriage, why you don't ever ask me to marry you, baby? Why don't you just say, because there's certain things I'm looking for from a woman before I ask her to marry me? Marriage ain't just no boyfriend and girlfriend shit. Marriage ain't about that. Marriage is about performing whether or not you in the mood for it. Marriage is about it's about performing whether or not you happy or sad. Ups and downs will happen. But once you say I'm marrying a person, you saying I want to be with you and work with you for the rest of my life, man. This ain't this is no more games. Ain't no more I don't feel like it. Like you asked me to marry you. As a man, he can't be like, yo, I just want to quit my job and be lazy for a couple of years. No, you married, bro. You got to perform. You got to protect. You got to provide. You can't switch it up now, right? This person has now forged their life with you. You would be letting them down if you stopped. You can't do that. Anyway, family, let's continue.
The car, a nice ring, and you can paint it.
Yeah, in
I don't.
the car.
So what if it's in the car? So if it's in the car, it's in the house, a restaurant, like you get proposed to.
I like that, Brooke. She says, I don't care about material stuff. I just want my man. See, I just want my king. Brooke says, I don't need all that. I just want my king. See, that's what men, give me some hearts right now. Don't give me hearts. Give me likes. People been calling me gay and shit. Just give me some likes real quick. He asks for hearts. He asks men for hearts, y'all. Gay. Look, give me some likes right now, man. If that's what we're looking for, we want a woman who love us. Like, just love us for us, right? Love our stinking draws. Like, just want to be all up under us. Love us, family. That's what we want. We don't want no, I just want a man for what he can do for me. We want you to love us like we loving you. Let's continue.
Like, I don't get it.
I don't want it.
So what you gonna do? So you finna leave? Okay, leave. All right, get out the car. Go. I'm gonna watch you pack this shit.
Right here. He's like, so you gonna leave? She says, yeah. As a man, here's what I want you guys to understand as a man. Man frame, even though you want to lose it right here, try and stay in your man frame. You don't have to punish her by talking down to it. Get out the car then. Well, then pack your shit. Let me be right behind. Let me pack your stuff. Let me pack it. Let me pack it. You don't got to do all of that. If she says that's her decision, just say, okay, well, let's go ahead and get you packed. There's no need for you to, I don't got to be mean with you. Nah, ain't no need for me to get upset and all emotional about it and start trying to rush you along. Like, look, you made your decision. I don't want this to be about me punishing you at all. Maybe you'll realize in the long run I was good for you. Maybe you'll see this as the best day of your life and walking away from me. But I ain't about to give you no extra energy, man. All right. Anise says, play the video. Let me play the video, man. All right. y'all don't want to hear me. But I be saying some real shit though. All right, okay. Let's get to the video.
I am not for this. Come on, get up there. Yep, she want to leave. She want to leave. She want to leave. She want to leave. Oh, what's up? God, you want to break? No, you got to go to the house and pack like you want to pack. You said you want to pack. Okay. Like, I don't care about it being 2 years. So what? It's been 2 years. So what? Like,
all right, so right here, he keeps calling her ungrateful. You ungrateful. You ungrateful. Men, you don't got to shame her. You don't need to tell her what she's being. What you need to do in this moment is look at this as a part of you vetting. So this is how you have to do. Okay, you have to look at her from a standpoint of you're vetting her. So if you're truly vetting her, then you're taking a mental account of all the things that make her wife material and things that don't. You don't have to shame her when you see something that you don't feel is becoming. Just log that into your journal. Log that, man, into into your mental. She's acting ungrateful. You offered her a ring. She's saying she's not going to marry you because you didn't put forth effort. She's saying she's not going to marry you because it took too long. Is she acting grateful? Actually, no, she's not acting grateful. Do you need to tell her that she's being ungrateful? Actually, no. It ain't actually going to make her be grateful. You understand? So it's one of those things where it's like you don't actually have to like bring labels to the person that she's being. You just as a man need to decide if this is the type of person you want to keep trying to work with. That's all. So if you chase behind her, you ungrateful, like, what's the point of that? And I know you feel like the point is to let her know that she's being ungrateful, but you already said it. She clearly is being ungrateful, but that's the things that you don't really need her to agree with. And that's the things that y'all be sitting here trying to argue about, whether or not she's ungrateful or not. She said no to your proposal. That's really all it is to it, man. You understand? So I'm trying to teach us as adults that we don't have to be sitting here trying to hold people accountable to labels, tell people how they must behave. In turn, we should actually just decide whether or not we want to be around that person's behavior. I don't know if that makes sense to you, okay? And someone says she's not being ungrateful. She's speaking to how she feels. She is speaking to how she feels, but based on how she feels, this is why she's not grateful for the proposal. She isn't grateful. So she is being ungrateful. Do you not understand? She's not saying, I do appreciate you proposing to me, but you know, I just didn't want it like this. Like, sweetheart, I do want to marry you, but man, I've been waiting for it for 10 years. And for you to give it to me in the car like this, pause, it just seems very underwhelming. I expected more. Can you? My answer is yes, but can you do it a little bit differently? Can you show me how much you care about me with something dope? I just had more expectations in it. She could, that's still saying, okay, my baby grateful. She just telling me she expected a little more, and that's okay. You know that women live in romantic gestures being done for them, so it's okay to give her that. This is you expecting her femininity. You understand? And let's go.
You proposed to, I don't get it. Listen, this is not that serious. I'm gonna keep recording because it's not that serious. No, good. Bring that back. I don't even care. I should help you. Shit crazy. Like, I don't understand. Like, why? What you want to leave for?
Because you just proposed to me in the car. That shit ain't romantic.
So what if I proposed to you in here? Would you have still said the same thing? Like, I'm gonna lose
You
your
ain't
situation.
put no thought into it.
What you mean I ain't put no thought into it? I did. 10
years. I don't want it.
So okay, you just gonna start packing shit up. Okay, that's cool.
See, he's like, pack, yo. Go ahead and pack right now. Get out the car. Go ahead and pack right now. I should help you pack. So right now, she's being really emotional, and he's going to meet her right there with that emotion. So if she's emotional and she's questioning the relationship, moving forward with him, he just proposed to her. In this moment, he's not being understanding to how she feels, even though she's not displaying that in a healthy way. Okay, he could still try and understand how she feels. And how does he do that? Try and just be understanding and say, I understand how you feel, sweetheart. I don't want to lose a relationship with you. This is the part where, as a man, you can say to her, look, I don't want to lose you. Look, I love you. I know it took long. I apologize for that, but I'm asking you now to marry me. I know you expected more of a proposal from me. Maybe I should put more work on it. I'll propose differently. Is that what you're saying? Try and understand where she's at right now, because if you match her emotions, y'all just going to end up breaking up. And if you truly see value in her, King, it might be hard for you to replace her, for you to find another woman like her. People are truly rare. If you truly feel this way about her, you shouldn't just be like, yo, pack your stuff. You see, because right now she's really emotional. In a while, a couple of months, she's not doing anything toxic. Actually, he is. So this moment that he's having with her is her displaying her emotions. No, they're not parallel to the situation, but she's actually not being toxic here. Him recording her is actually the toxic thing. That's not going to make her respond that well when the camera came on. when the video first starts, she's saying, why are you recording me? So she don't like it. She's trying to knock the camera out of his hand, but he's following behind her talking about helping her pack. She's like, well, help me then. See how she's going to meet him wherever he goes. He didn't say that because he meant it. He said that because he thought she's not serious. But he don't understand that emotional woman, she will go all the way to the point to where she packed those bags and get in that car, eat and drive off, even if she wants to be with him. When she's emotional, yo, she will do all that. Where a man is more logical in his mind, he's like, yo, I know I'm going to regret leaving her. I know I'm going to regret this. A woman is very emotional, yo. So in that moment, she will literally feel like, I'm not going to regret this later. She's really in that moment, yo. So if you meeting her in that moment, say, well, just pack then. She's going to be like, oh, okay, that's how you are? Okay, and watch me pack then. It'll become a challenge thing. Oh, you don't think I really pack? I'm a pack. But if you don't push the issue, she'll come home for a while. She'll be upset about it. Maybe you can do a different proposal and everything will be fine. You see what I'm saying? But she is showing signs of how she views marriage. So that's worth a conversation. But the way she's being right now isn't grounds for terminating the relationship. It is worthy of a conversation, though. Okay. She's emotional, King. Like, don't match her emotion right there. Never really, as a man, you should never match her emotion. Let her have that arena, Kings. You try and stay logical. All right, let's go.
You know what? I can't even get all my money back for this. I'm gonna keep recording because I can't get all my money back for this shit. That's some bullshit. This is some bullshit. I'm not selling it. Oh, I swear to God, bro. Like women, bro. Women ain't. Oh, ain't shit. I'm not gonna help you.
Boom. Now look at this, family. Two things. He says, I can't get all my money back for this. What is that saying? That he don't want this relationship to end. He's trying to guilt trip her. He wants her to feel bad because he's lost money on a ring. She ain't even about to feel bad. Look at how she responded. Sell it. This is how the conversation is going to go. He's going to try to say something to make her feel bad, and she's going to not let it make her feel bad. She's actually going to say something that would fuel to actually make it worse. So whenever he says to her, like, okay, I ain't even going to be able to get all my money back for this ring. Well, I understand you spent money on the ring, but baby, it's been 10 years, okay? And the way you proposed to me, you done spent all this money on the ring, and that's how you handed it to me, baby? Jeez, golly whiz, Mary, mother of Joseph, right? I mean, Mary, mother of Jesus. You was an ex-pastor, how you don't know that, Kevin? Right, so, like, I'm silly, never mind me. So either way, like, I forgot, I lost my train of thought now. Yeah. So yeah, you bought the ring. I understand you lost some money on the ring. I hate that you lost money. I don't want you to have to go through that. But you know why he lost money on the ring, right, family? So I said two things. The first is, okay, he don't want her to go. Secondly, she don't want to go. Because now she's saying, will you help me pack? Because now packing is too hard. She wants to be there. This is what's crazy. Well, will you help me? I'm trying to be emotional and get a better proposal out of you. Is really what I'm trying to do. That's what this is. I'm mad about these 10 years, and I'm trying to get a better proposal up out of you. Because will you help me pack? Nah, man, you don't need this man to help you pack. Come on, man. All you got is some clothes up in there. Come on now, right? But I mean, at the end of the day, listen, I'm not talking. All most of us be having in this relationship is just some clothes, right? Because we don't know how to work together long enough to have something. Y'all be talking about packing. I'm gonna chill. But anyway, the reason the ring, family, the reason you ain't gonna get the money back for the ring is because you overpay for jewelry. You have to pay the designer his cost for working with the. It's not a good purchase. And so when you could actually invest money into your future of your marriage, a home, land, a business, put it in the bank, put it in a portfolio, invest it into something to help your marriage long term. Instead, you're going to go drop thousands of dollars on this ring that most of it is for the jeweler's like craftsmanship. So even once you buy it, family, it loses value. You cannot resell it and get your bread back. You can't. So to put all of this prerequisite on the ring cost, the size of the ring, is ridiculous. And it's so many women who get so upset when the ring ain't real. I can't believe he got a fake ring. I wanted him to go spend buku money on something to put on my finger instead of investing it into something that can help the whole family, then you got to think, did you really sign up for marriage or a ceremony? You want a prop. You want some, that is a prop. They're beautiful. They're beautiful, but they're symbolic. It's a prop. Look, y'all, I got married. Look. Even with this on, if she don't want to act like a wife, she ain't going to. Even with this on, if you don't want to act like a husband, he's not going to. It don't make nothing, family. It don't make nothing. So we need to get out of that. If we start valuing the relationship and how you work together in the relationship and how it helps a family, how it helps and benefits everyone around you, not just you, your in-laws, your cousins, your grandchildren, and generations to come. It ain't just about y'all, but it's about that ring, though. It's about that ceremony. It's about that proposal. That's not wise, family. And I encourage y'all to stop letting Disney raise your children. Let's continue.
You should. No, I should get it. You know what? I guess we pay for these. I pay for these.
Corny. Why are you bringing up what you paid for? Corny. I hate when men do it. I hate when women do it. You're in a relationship. You're doing nice things for each other. Why the heck are you bringing up what you bought for somebody? The relationship didn't work. It didn't work. So now you're bringing up how she accepted them wigs for you, but not a ring. All right. Well, and that poor guy, that's what I would call it. That poor guy is exactly why he's getting this type of treatment. I'm telling you, he's really addressing this like a woman. I'm going to be emotionally upset with you to the point to where I record you, infuriate the situation or fuel the situation. And now I'm going to bring up what I bought for you. I need the world to know that you misbehaving. I need the world to know that you're not treating me right. As a man, we don't need nobody to know if that woman treating us right. Yo, it's just over. Man, it's just over, yo. You didn't marry her, okay? Obviously it's a reason. If she was that valuable to you, you would ask her to marry you. You don't owe nobody no damn excuse, no reason. Let's continue, family.
No, put them down.
Listen, man. You deal with her every day. If you decide you don't want to marry this woman, what explanation do you owe anybody? Who all is invested in you marrying her? Why do you got to give anybody an excuse or reason for not marrying somebody? You don't got to launch it online. Hey, why didn't you marry your girl? Decided not to marry her. You ain't got to tell nobody. It's your decision, man. Ladies, same thing. If you decide you don't want to be with somebody, you ain't got to go lie on this person and gaslight this person and talk about how unhappy you are just to walk away. You don't need the social world to agree with your breakup. Put your big girl drawers on and just break up with them. You don't got to make it public knowledge that you ain't with somebody and why. It's pathetic. It proves that you need the social world for validation and you're not a grown person. You are not an adult. Because when you make major decisions in your life, you think you got to let these people know. They don't care. They really don't. Let's continue.
You can't accept, you don't accept the wigs, but can't accept the ring, though. Okay, all right, I'm going. All right. When I get back, get out, be out. Be out when I get back. I swear to God, be out.
See, when I get back, you be gone. You see, family? Now, this is why I asked the question, okay? How do you guys see marriage? I really want to know. What does marriage look like for you guys? Okay. So we are now going to discuss how you guys see marriage. Now, while you're typing this in, I'm going to read something on marriage. I want you guys to see it. Okay. Well, actually, let's wait. Let's wait. So I'm going to wait now for your opinions or your perspective on what marriage is. So I call us all peepholes. Play on words from people. Peepholes, meaning that you have a tiny view into the world. And that tiny view is your damn brain. That's your perspective. And you're going to project onto the world whatever your traumas are, your worst fears are, or who you are as an individual. So that's what becomes the world that you see. Who you are as an individual, the things that you've been through in your past, your worst fears, things like that. We're all peepholes. We all see something totally different, even though we're looking at the same thing. And what we see is essentially who we are. I am that I am. You see what I'm saying? So let's talk about what is marriage for you guys. Is it about the proposal? Is it about the ceremony? Is it about showing off to your peers? What is marriage for you ladies? What is marriage for you men? Christine Young said it's not about the ring. It's about respect. RESPECT, she says it's about. Let's see here. I'm not getting married. Sorry to say, but not sorry. Understand Da Vinci voice. I will tell you, marriage is a very viable option if a man wants to have children. I do feel like as natural beings that that's the highest form of who we can evolve to be as parents, because that's how we get here again in the future. If you look at the natural world, you don't see squirrels storing up nuts and bragging about it. You don't see any animal storing up material things and bragging about it. What you see is them trying to be successful biologically, which means repeat themselves, regenerate, incarnate, if you will, via having babies. You understand? And so if we're going to do that as humans, it's better to protect the women that we have children with. And for me, that looks like marriage. I believe in honoring that. But I do understand if you're saying, Da Vinci, that, hey, I don't see a lot of women who deserve a marriage, so therefore I don't want marriage. My question is, do you want children? How do you plan on having them and raising them? Because I'm telling you, you can find a good woman if you be intentful about who you marry, about who you allow in your life, kings. All right, let's see here. I see marriage as a connection. Let's see here. Let's see what it says. I see marriage as a connection built with energy between two individuals. Communication with respect, understanding, which builds a strong foundation that is hard to break. I like that, Tina. Maki says, the word of God says every woman has her own husband. Every husband has his own wife. It's a covenant relationship, coming together, serving God while submitting to one another. Beautiful, beautiful. Devin Nickens says, marriage is two people who choose to live life together for the rest of their lives. It's a commitment life bond. Marriage is not a wedding. Absolutely. Marriage, it's all that symbolic, right? You jump in that broom, you saying, I do. All that stuff is for people to see. It's for what I call cognitive reality. Okay. It helps you to solidify or validate things that you believing in, and you believing that your relationship will last forever, even though all you got is now and today. Okay, that marriage makes you feel, okay, cool. It's symbolic for this union. So we're going to put these rings on. This means that we are bound to each other. We're going to say these vows. This means that we're committed to each other. And you're going to value the things more on that day because it's something that we as a community holds high. We call it a ceremony, family. But that ain't marriage. And because after all of that is said and done, you're going to get home and she's still going to say, I don't trust you. My traumas are going to keep me from being a good wife to you. When he tells her how he feels, she's going to change up his words for him. Okay. He's going to still tell her, I don't trust you. He's still going to question if she's using him or question her intent for marrying him. Once you marry this woman, kings, once you marry her, you've deemed her worthy. Ain't no need in questioning her intent no more. Give your all, man. Give your all. Now, I don't mean give all your money because that ain't wise for marriage. You should be saving. A marriage should look like growth. You should be doing better next year than you are this year. I don't know what you guys think marriage is. It is a partnership, family, where two people are supposed to work together. Two or more people are supposed to work together with the same future in mind. Too many times, family, I see married couples, they don't even like what the other person trying to go with it. They don't even like what the other person's destination is leading them to. So really, you married to your enemy. They're not trying to see you fulfill no destiny, man. What I say, half the time you married to your enemy. They're not trying to see you fulfill your destiny. Thank you. Thank y'all. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so much, y'all. Thank y'all for the standing ovation. Okay. So as soon as you start discussing what it is as soon as that man start discussing what it is he's trying to do in his life, here his wife is complaining about how she don't want to support that. But this is who she married, though. If you get rich, man, she rich. If you fail, she fail. Do you understand? It makes no sense, yo. Now, look, you guys told me what marriage is. Let's find out what marriage is via this wasn't. Let me change something up here. There. Now let's go back here to marriage. All right. Make sure this is up so everybody can see it. Marriage. So family, I'm going to read this, okay? Some of y'all might have to zoom in or whatever, but let me see if I can zoom this in a little bigger. No, I can't. So anyway, family, let's check this out. Married, okay, so we're going to look at what marriage means, okay? It says marriage, also called matrimony or wedlock, is a culturally and often legally recognized union between people called spouses. It establishes rights and obligations between them, as well as between them and their children, and between them and their in-laws. It is considered a cultural universal, but the definition of marriage varies between cultures and religions, and over time, So it says the definition of marriage varies between cultures and religions and over time. So we all are from different cultures in this world. We all pretty much have different religions. Of course, in the Western world, it's mostly Christianity. So we have a different view of what marriage should look like. But my main question is, a lot of people who claim to be Christians, they don't have a Christian view of marriage. They don't want to listen to their husbands. And this is a lot of women. A lot of men who want marriage, they say they're Christian, but they don't really have a Christian view of marriage. Men often will want a woman to carry half of the relationship financially, when that's not what a wife is according to the Bible. A man was looking for a wife because he was going to take care of her. A wife in the Bible is an occupation, not a title to a relationship. It's an occupation. And many of you guys don't really understand that, but the word virgin does not mean a woman who hasn't had sex. Over time, it became that. See how this thing says in over time? Because over time, we change the meaning of words and the acceptance of what these words mean colloquially. But back in the day, Virgo actually meant virgin, which meant maiden, which means a woman who works for a home. Like maybe she's a waitress or she's a wife. This is an occupation. It's never about love. And you're going to realize that in here, it doesn't tell you marriage is about love. It doesn't tell you that. It's going to tell you that marriage can be based on emotions, affection for each other, but marriage for everyone is not seen the same way. Okay, so you see marriage varies between cultures and religions and over time. So over time, we start to view marriages differently. Okay, so typically it is an institution in which interpersonal relationships, usually sexual, are acknowledged or sanctioned. In some cultures, marriage is recommended or considered to be compulsory before pursuing any sexual activity. So a prerequisite for marriage was that you did not have sex before you married. Now, a marriage ceremony is called a wedding. I said that like y'all didn't know that. That last one. Now, a marriage ceremony is called a wedding, family. Just for all of you guys who did not know that, okay? But as you can see here, the part that I'm glooming over, because I know this is going to bother y'all, but it says before pursuing any sexual activity, okay? But we be out here smashing and we ain't even going to cap, okay? We ain't thinking about no damn what marriage is biblically, because you ain't supposed to be smashing before you get married, but y'all be out here totally smashing. Let's continue with the rest of this definition. It says individuals may marry for several reasons, including legal, social, libidinal, emotional, financial, spiritual, and religious purposes. Whom they marry may be influenced by gender, socially determined rules of incest, prescriptive marriage rules, parental choice, and individual desire. So whom they marry may be influenced by the gender. Socially determined rules of incest, you know, like how kings and queens get down, right? They tell you pretty much who you're going to marry. They marry for power and things of that nature. Prescriptive marriage rules, parental choice, meaning your father, your mother chooses who's worthy of marriage for you. I remember back in the day when you had to ask the father to marry you. And of course, the father gives you away at the wedding, which is all ceremonial or symbolic for parents choosing your spouse. Now, here now, we're more so based on individual desire. However, our ceremonies are still based upon as if the parental choice. Our ceremonies look like it's parental choice because the father gives the daughter away. Okay. But in some areas of the world, arranged marriage, child marriage, polygamy, and forced marriage are practiced. So as you can see, family, it's a big world, many reasons for marriage. In other areas, such practices are outlawed to preserve women's rights or children's rights, both male and female, or as a result of international law. In some parts of the world, marriage is historically restricted, has historically restricted the rights of women who are or were considered the property of the husband. Around the world, primarily in developed democracies, there have been a general trend towards ensuring legal rights for women, for women within marriage, including abolish coverture, liberalizing divorce laws, and reforming production and sexual rights, and legally recognizing the marriages of the interfaith, interracial, interethnic, intercaste, or intercaste, however you say that, and sex couples. Controversies continue regarding the sexual status, married women, leniency towards violence within marriage, customs such as dowry and bride price, forced marriage, marriageable age, and criminalization of premarital and extramarital sex. Female age at marriage has proven to be a strong indicator of female autonomy and is continuously used by economic history and research. Anyway, family, as you can see, marriage has a couple of different reasons, has a couple of different meanings, and you can look those meanings up, right? It shouldn't be so ambiguous to us what marriage is. You understand? But we should understand that it's serious nonetheless, regardless of how you see marriage. If it's you marrying somebody for your own desire, you love this person, therefore you want to spend a life with them. If you're marrying them because your parents chose them for you, if you're marrying them for some other reason that was listed as reasons people get married, you still know it's a very serious thing. You're going to bring children through that counsel, through that marriage. It is a holy matrimony. You and another person are forging your life together to bring children through that matrimony. This means that it's very important. It's probably the most important decision that you'll ever make. However, many of us will just date any mojo, okay? We'll date any person, knowing they're not marriage material. Why waste their time? So if for a man to put 10 years in with a woman and say, hey, I was vetting you, I didn't know if I wanted to marry you yet, it's completely ridiculous. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for that. Thank y'all for that. It's definitely ridiculous. A man proposing to a woman that he wants to be his wife and not taking that moment very serious, proposing to her in the car, likely while she's driving, very ridiculous. Very ridiculous, family. Thank y'all. Thank y'all so much for that. Thank y'all. Last but not least, I can see how she could question the type of man that he is. It's taken him 10 years to ask her to marry him. He proposed in the car while the car was driving. Okay. It looks as if he's not taking this situation so seriously. Okay. So I can understand exactly why she's not impressed with his proposal. See, I'm not biased, family. Okay. However, hang on, let me find this other sound effect. Hang on. However, well, as soon as I say however, y'all want to boo me. Y'all don't want no howevers, do you? Don't you say nothing about her, Kevin. You just talk about how negative that man has been. Don't you say no however. I'm saying however, okay? Now, whenever you're done. You done? Okay. However, now, okay? However, I'm also going to say that she was responding very emotionally immature. If you didn't like the ring, if you didn't like how he proposed, if you didn't like the length of time, you should have handled that 5 years ago. That's right, ladies. If you're with a man and you feel like he was on your biological clock and he ain't trying to take you seriously, you know what to do. Tell him, say, look, I do care for you. I do love you. I would love to be married to you. You're the best man I've met for the job. However, I cannot sit around and wait for you to decide that I'm worthy. Especially if you are unclear about what you're concerned with. Y'all was late on that one. Okay. So especially, family, if you're ambiguous about what you're concerned with, do you understand? Okay. So The moment that you realize this man is taking too much of your time and you don't want to invest your time anymore and wait for him to propose to you, because marriage ain't up to you, ladies. Unfortunately, you got to wait for this guy to realize and see your value and be willing to propose to you, okay? Willing to submit his life alongside of yours. If you feel like he ain't seeing your value and you also feel like you're doing everything to show him your value, you're asking the right questions. What's the reason you haven't asked me to marry you yet? I'm not trying to beg you for a marriage, but I want marriage. And I told you that day one. I've always been upfront with what I wanted. You said that you were also looking for a serious relationship and looking for marriage, right? So why haven't you asked me to marry you? It's been 5 years, yo. Should it really take that long? If he can't tell you the real reasons why he's not moving forward with you, listen, ladies, move around. Why do you say that, Kevin? I think that would show him how valuable you are to his life. If you show him that you're not willing to sit around and just be sitting here and be willing to be taken for a ride, maybe he'll say, I'm not taking this. Okay, that's another reason I should take her seriously, because if she's willing to sit around for 10 years, maybe she ain't that valuable. You understand? Because she's with a man who ain't taking her serious. He ain't asking this woman to marry him. He's not asking this woman to be committed to him. You understand? So here you are saying, I'm with this man. He's taking entirely too long. And you're going to sit around and just wait on this man, only to complain about it when he asked you to propose. You were wrong. It's understandable, but the way she handled that was not, it was not right, family. It was not in order. So she should have just said to him, without getting upset, it's been 10 years, frankly, and I expected more of a proposal. Not no, because it's been 10 years. Because you're still with him. Right? If you're still with him, not no, because it's been 10 years. So that means if he didn't ask you to marry him, you'd have still been with him today. Y'all have still been kicking, huh? Y'all have still been having harmony. If he hadn't asked you to marry him. He should have never asked you to marry him. Y'all still be together. Who would have thought? Fellas, if you've been 10 years now, if you've been with her for 10 years now, okay? If you've been with her for 10 years, don't ask her to marry you. If you want her to stay with you, do not ask her. She'll stay with you as long as you don't ask her for marriage. That's what I'm reading here, okay? Now, it's been 10 years. I expected something a little bit more. If you truly value me, can you give me something a little bit more memorable? That's not too much to ask. I'm not asking you to spend money. I'm just asking you to do something more thoughtful. You proposing to me in this car, sweetheart, made me feel devalued. It made me feel like you don't really value me. Like you don't really see me as somebody who you really want and need in your life. That's how that made me feel. So that's what you're seeing from me right now. One of the things I always try to say with women is, you guys are supposed to be expert communicators. Why are you not expressing yourself in a way that is easier understood? Instead of expressing yourself emotionally to a man, which he's not really going to understand that language, if you're expert communicators, you should be good at talking to men and women. Men have to be expert communicators. When we talk to men, we're very concise and to the point. Hey, you want to go out for some drinks tonight? Sure. Where? Okay. What's the name club? Okay, cool. What time? Boom. See you there. When women talk, it's more like, what you doing tonight? I don't know. My hair is horrible today. Oh, girl, I feel you. My stuff ain't looking right either. Well, what you want to do tonight? I don't know. I ain't really feeling like doing nothing, but I don't want to sit home either. Oh, girl, I feel you. Well, it's a couple places down that we can, I promise you, it's all over the place. It's not very concise and to the point. So men have to understand that we have to master somewhat our feminine as well. We have to learn how to talk to men, be concise, and we also have to learn how to talk to women. If a man is taking a woman and saying, okay, look, I don't like how you talk. I don't need all that information. I don't want to hear about your day. This is a man who, frankly, is not being very masculine. He has to learn how to talk to his woman and hear what she's saying, even if you don't like how she delivers it. That's how women talk, frankly. And sometimes I got to ask the man, yo, do you even like women? Not are you sexually attracted to women? Of course you are. But a lot of men prefer being around men. They vibe more with men. So when they're around women, a lot of times they really don't like the extra things that a woman will say. They really don't like all of that. So you have to ask, do you really like being around women? You understand? If not, they just gonna get on your nerves. Do you understand, family? So if you expert communicators, what I'm saying is express yourself in a way that can be understood. He offers you the ring. Tell that man that in that moment you felt devalued. You felt like he wasn't taking you serious. You felt like he didn't care about you. You understand? Because what he may do is look at you like you're just living in materialistic things, that you're just living in your own head, your own expectation. And he really ain't going to understand what you're saying, love. So what she's saying, she has every justification to not be happy with this proposal. And I know a lot of you men are saying, yo, it's a man proposing to you. You should be happy with that. Man, no, ain't nobody just happy with anything. People actually genuinely want to be loved, family. They want somebody that wants them. So if you're going to go get a ring, fellas, you're going to pay good money for the ring. I ain't going to get all my money back for this ring. You probably won't. You definitely won't. You're not. Let's just be real. You're not going to get that money back for that ring. So if you're going to go spend all this money for this ring, if it took you 10 years to decide that this woman was wife material, why wouldn't you put more effort in? Like, come on, y'all. What sense do that make? Why would you just try to hand this girl a ring? Like, here you go. Like, yo, you was trying to fail. Like, you was trying to let this girl down. You see what I'm saying? Like, nobody wants that type of love. That's very lazy ass love. Nobody wants that. And ladies, what you got to understand is we want effort too. So what you just saw was a real display of a man not really going all the way. And how she saw that as a lack of effort. She didn't care about the ring, how much he paid for it. She didn't care about him actually deciding now that she's the woman for him and worthy of marriage. Man, all this woman was focused on was the length of time and how he proposed. So that should let you know as men, those things are as important to her. It don't mean judge her. It means understand that if you're going to go that far, man, be sweet about it. Be thoughtful. Yo, part of being masculine is sweeping her off her feet. You understand? Part of being masculine is knowing how to give her an experience that she'll never forget. As a man, you can't get to the point to where you're saying, yo, I ain't got to do none of that. That's where a lot of these modern women are getting to. I don't got to cater to your ego. I don't got to make you feel good about yourself. I don't got to make a man feel strong and powerful. So us as men are now saying what? I'm not going to make her feel beautiful. I'm not going to make her feel like she's loved. I'm not going to make her feel valued, but I want her to give me the rest of her life. Man, that's crazy. So I have to ask you as a man, yo, what you think of marriage? It took you 10 years to vet this woman. And when you finally proposed, you gave her a ring that you probably paid good money for, but you just handed it to her in the car while she's driving. Like she can't even stop and look at you while she's driving. Dude, do you love her? Like, dude, what you getting is what you gave. You didn't give no effort. So she ain't about to give you none. You see what I'm saying, family? Like, it took me 10 years to decide. Yo, it took you 10. That ain't going to make her happy, yo. Like, okay, why are you asking me to marry? Like, it took you 10 years to ask me to marry you, to ask me to marry you. If your response is, well, it took me 10 years to decide, like, trust me, man, nothing about that gonna make this woman feel good. I promise you now. Women more so like it was love at first sight. I knew when I first saw you, you was the one for me. They more like you building them up. They ain't more so like, now don't get me wrong, marriage is something serious and it shouldn't be about sweet talking. But again, family, you telling her after 10 years that it took you 10 years. You should have been saying the whole time what you was needed from this woman before you jumped the broom with her. I don't think a lot of people understand what marriage is. I think if we did understand what marriage is, we wouldn't put so much thought into the nuances around marriage, the culture and the ceremony around marriage, even though I do understand that it's something that's very important to you guys, ladies. A man that love you will marry you regardless, yo. A man that love you, he ain't looking for nothing from you. It ain't gotta be no rings to no man. It ain't got to be no ceremony. He ain't got to have nothing to show you off. He ain't got to have no big ass meeting so people can come and see y'all. This man will just be with you every day and perform, yo. That's what he's looking for. Now, the marriage, he'll give you that. Like the ceremony, even. Let's do something beautiful and solidify it with our community. That's tribal. That is beautiful. But should it cost you a bundle? Should it cost you a grip? It ain't nothing to get the most important people in life to you. Your family, your mother, your father, your grandparents, your sisters and your brothers, the in-laws, all those people who they're marrying by marrying you, the people who they're forging a family and tribe with by marrying you. Why can't it be, yo, let's all have a amazing ceremony with all the people that I care about witnessing this marriage. We solidify it with the community, even invite the community. That's what it should be about. It ain't got to be about what we going for the honeymoon. Is we all wearing white. We're going to buy flowers that only die, spend thousands on flowers, build a wedding cake that's going to stack to the ceiling. For what? Man, if you ain't going to treat me right, I don't want none of that shit. Like, I don't want to waste nobody's time on none of that shit. I'd rather have a good marriage without none of that. I would rather have a good marriage without a ceremony, without a piece of paper. And what I mean is two people forging a life together. I'd rather have that, family. Somebody loving me wholeheartedly, being with me because of me, because they love being around me. I'd rather have that than somebody marrying me for a ring I bought them, the ceremony, or what we going to spend the damn honeymoon. Because I know that ain't marriage. I know that ain't marriage. It's like wanting a great date, but not really caring about the relationship. You see what I'm saying? It's like, I want you to take me to nice places, but you ain't really got to treat me good during the relationship. I don't really care about how you treat me in a relationship, as long as you do relationship things with me. Post me on Facebook, take me out. As long as you're doing that, I'm good. Man, that ain't no relationship, family. You actually have to be into each other, care what each other wants and needs and desires, family, and be willing to work with each other. That's what true sacrifice and submission is. You see this person is valuable. You want them in your life. You know you're going to bring children through them. You want to get to know their parents. You want to be around them in terms of learning how they do life. I promise you, family. I promise you, family. That's what marriage is. Sierra Grant says, Kevin Wesley, men started this first. Historically, men have leveraged marriage to get women to accept deplorable behavior because women literally could not survive. Let's see here. Survive. Support children, own property, go to school without men and their approval. And now that women are liberated, men are expected to be at least decent people. Women are starting to treat men the way that men have treated women for centuries. Sierra, I always call us peepholes because we have a perspective. So I'm not going to deny your perspective. However, I'm going to shine some light on your perspective, okay? You said that now that women are liberated. Okay, now that women are liberated, here's what I want to suggest to you. Women did not get liberated by choosing to work. They actually became workers of the matrix. Now she needs to go to work in order to have provisions. Being a housewife gave her the freedom to stay home and raise her children like every other animal in this planet gets to do that's not in a zoo. They get to raise their children without having to go to work. Their resources are what they actually go out and hunt for or pick out of the ground. And that's what women got to do back in the day. So do you know who were the workhorses back in the day? The men. And they weren't subjugating women. They were going out and working to provide lives for the women that they loved. They were going out and happily working because they were providing for their families. They knew they had a woman home to raise the children because children need to be raised. This is a natural thing. It's not a societal thing where men just held women down. Regardless of who you are, family, the women have the babies. There's a male bird that lays eggs. Other than that, I haven't seen anywhere where men have babies. So what I'm saying to you guys is, because women carry children, there's going to be some downtime to where she can't go out and hunt, plant, or work like a man would. Because of that, the man that she had children with or that she married, because that's truly what marriage is, he would dedicate his life to making sure that she was taken care of, provisions, protection, etc. Okay? Now, because she gave her life to him or gave him the opportunity to procreate with her, he made sure that she was taken care of. Do you understand? Because a man values another opportunity to recreate himself. If a woman does not allow him the opportunity to recreate her, he won't have children because women are the gateway to sex. They're the gateway to creation. Every person on this planet is here because a woman allowed it. Do you understand? Women are responsible for every person walking this earth. And if men are going to get here again via their children, they need a woman to be able to do that. So she was valuable. If she's willing to do that, then you also want her to raise those children. So what the man would do is provide a life where she could do that. Now, family, when you choose to go to work, what you're saying is there's going to be two incomes to run the household. So now it's required for both of us to go out every day and work in this matrix to get resources. And if we don't do that, then we'll lose our shit. So lose our shirts. So you got to understand this. It's not that women were being held hostage or women were being enslaved. It's that they were actually the free ones. What you see is men being free, which is going out and working for the matrix and paying taxes to keep the land even when they own it, and then going to war and being used as cannon fodder for a rich man's disagreements. What you see in family is that men are being enslaved. That's men, women. Y'all were watching all these years men be enslaved because we get drafted and have to go to war to fight over a rich man's disagreement. As far as I can see, nobody's invading our country. So we should die for our wives and children if someone's invading the country. But so far, we've only went to other countries and invaded them for their resources. And our men on this in this world have went and risked their life for that, have died for that, lost their life for that. It's not because we were under attack. So when you see the men going and dying and being used as cannon fodder, and also the men that's here still having to go to work and break their backs to keep a family afloat, you see this as women being enslaved? Then why didn't y'all go to war? Why weren't you forced to work in order to have a living? Listen, family, the other day I said something. I said, selling water to a well is cliche for being real wordy, a real wordsmith, being somebody who can convince somebody of almost anything, right? I can sell you an idea. I can sell you a frame of thought, even if it don't make sense. I can sell water to a well. So I thought about this, okay? All right, now watch this. Okay. I said, think about this. I can sell the sky to a bird. Now, I want you to think about how crazy that sounds. Imagine if I could convince a bird to pay me to fly. Okay, you got these wings, right? And if you give me a certain amount of money, then I will allow you to fly and go anywhere you want to. But if you don't pay me, I'll shoot you out of the sky. So imagine I convinced these birds to pay me to use the air, something they were inherently born to do. Okay? Now, that sounds crazy, right? Because how could you talk a bird into paying you to fly? Think about this. Humans claim to be the smartest people on the planet, the smartest beings on the planet. They claim to be the apex of intellect. But you can convince a human to pay for land. So I can sell land to a human. Think about this. The bird can leave the air. They ain't going to stay in the air all day. They got to come down for food, right? So they use the air as travel. Watch this, family. The human has to live on the planet Earth. They have to live here. But we pay to live here. Humans literally pay to live on Earth. If you didn't have to pay to live on Earth, you'd be able to go out into the forest, build your own place, find land that nobody's living on and build on it, just like every other free animal in this world, right? Every other animal in this world can go out and build their own habitat. They're responsible for finding their own habitat, right? But the human beings on this planet, they are enslaved. They cannot go build their own habitat. They have to buy it from the matrix. They have to pay taxes to live on the land. Do you not understand that? So humans, in order to live on a place that they can't leave, in order for them to eat from a place that they can never leave and the food grows free, they have to pay money for it. And you don't see that as being enslaved. A zoo animal, you don't see that. When you could go right outside and pick food off trees, but you go into the store to buy it, you don't see that you've been domesticated. You don't see that. So a woman who says, I want to go out into the world and work for everything that I got, you're saying that I want to be a hamster on the wheel. I want to be used by the matrix. Do you not understand that there's no such thing as sin? We're literally living in a heaven. You can have whatever you want on earth. It's just dangerous. Every other animal in this world can go get whatever they want in the world. It's just a predator out there for you. It's people trying to kill your family everywhere you turn. But ain't nobody stopping you. You understand? You can go to the watering hole, but it's going to be a lion there. You understand that? Our matrix is the same. Ain't nobody saving us. Ain't nobody protecting us. It's no matter how much we believe somebody in the sky doing it, no matter how much we believe that somebody's favor or something is protecting us, family. It ain't nothing protecting you. And we've lost the value for family because this matrix seems to protect us because we can call the cops. We got paper money. We don't actually value what the person you're marrying is supposed to be for you. That's supposed to be your life partner to actually create your future selves with. That choosing that person is very important. But because we live in the matrix, we don't think that person's important. Yo, that's so crazy. We need each other. You need the man and the man needs the woman. And if we're going to keep on trying to argue like we don't need each other, then you are a domesticated animal. Only a zoo animal would say to himself, I don't need tribe. Only a zoo animal would say to his or herself, I don't need tribe or I don't need another person to survive. That sounds ridiculous. We are not islands unto ourselves. In order for us to create, we need to come together. It takes two to dance, family. And this is why I say, please use your heads for more than a hat rack and a wig stand. If you take away the matrix, we can instantly see the value of marriage and working together. Why do you need tribe? Because it's easier to get food. And then you alone every day responsible for hunting probably ain't gonna be good. You get sick sometimes, family, and sometimes you don't feel up to it. Sometimes it ain't even no food. The animals done traveled somewhere else. Sometimes you're gonna have to plant in order to have a garden. But as long as we go to Walmart and buying our food, as long as we don't have to hunt, as long as we don't actually use each other to survive, we're not going to see the need for each other to survive. And therefore, we'll keep being islands to ourselves and keep being hamsters on the wheel because we do not see that we need each other. Whenever we start working like we need each other, we'll have harmony, we'll have better lives, and we'll have a better family. So I hope that you guys that are married can drop all of your reasons that you're using to not work with each other. I'm hoping that you guys are considering what you could have if you were to just work together. I really hope you guys are considering that. Someone said, is bigamy still against the law? And so how does he get away with it or just by calling it poly? I am not legally married in the U.S. So I don't have two marriage contracts in the U.S. family. That's what would make it bigamy. However, I and my wives are not people who believe in marriage contracts. Jamie and I have a marriage contract because when I was young, I thought that you needed to get a contract to be married. I actually thought that you needed paper to literally be married, to have a holy matrimony. I didn't know that we were natural beings living in a fake matrix, forced to use their papers as something that is real. You know what I mean? But I now am a woken individual who understands that just like every other animal creates their bonds for creating life, that's how we are supposed to be. But we believe in the matrix way more than we understand natural world. The natural world is screaming to us, yo, that is what y'all doing is not right. What y'all doing is not natural. It's not natur. It's not metuneta. It is matrix. It's societal rules. Okay, family? And you're trying to adhere a marriage to societal rules, which have been changed over time and shaped by cartoons. You ain't never going to have a healthy marriage because you don't understand it. It's cool, bro. You were sleeping back then. We all did. Absolutely, y'all. So what I have between my wives now is a commitment, family. And yes, that looks like writing on paper because you need that to be able to get by in this matrix. So do me and Lacey have paperwork? We do, but it's not legal marriage paperwork. We have our own contract between us. That contract entails what she can do if I'm in a hospital, if I can't speak, if something happens to me. That contract talks about the amount of money that we have invested with each other, the longer we are with each other as far as business, how much we work together, how much money that would equal if we were to separate in the future, how that would look. Our contract entails all of that, family. Okay, but most of all, our business was our marriage contract. Until you have a child, I strongly believe that a business between y'all is your first baby. That shows you guys how much you will work together and how well you will work together by way of how you guys manage your business. So I feel like couples, when they get together, you guys should see value in each other and how you as a family could make how you as a family can survive. If you met a woman back in the day, you need to know how good she is at hunting and how good she is at nurturing and how good she is at planting, because your family is going to need all those things. The better she is at those things, the further your family will go. As a man, if you can't hunt and she can, it works. And until y'all have a baby, she's out hunting with you. She ain't a housewife until she has your child. So y'all are in the business of manifesting y'all resources together. In case you guys did not know, back in the day, women hunted too. In fact, they were just as good of hunters as men. You can find artifacts that we have found where women won awards in archery and hunting and everything, just like men. So women can cock an arrow back and aim it as well. So don't you ever misthink that women can help you get resources. So when women are now today saying, yo, I can get the bag too, I can help you, that's not necessarily negative, as long as she's not using that as a reason to not be a wife, to not be submissive, to not be disagreeable, then it's not a bad thing that she's saying, I can get resources too. As a man, before she has children, that is very viable. For most of us, it takes two of us to make a household work. So a woman working isn't necessarily a negative thing. It's only if she's looking at working as being leveraged to run the relationship, so to speak, or to not be feminine in the relationship. That's all. If she's using the fact that she make money to mean why she ain't gotta, take guidance from you and all this type of stuff, then that's a reason not to be with her. But if she's saying, look, I can help out the cause, like I can invest, I can do all of that too. And when I have a baby, yeah, I'll have to slow down unless I can make my money online. But there is value in me making money, King. Yes, there's value when you making money as long as you stay feminine. We don't care about your money, fam. We care about your femininity. Women ask all the times, why do men be up in those strip clubs? Is it because women dress half naked? No, it's because they feminine. What strip clubs specialize in selling men, family, is not naked ass. Yeah, that's there, but it's femininity. It's listening to him, being all soft with him, being all up in his space and dancing and being seductive with him. That's femininity, family. The reason men go to massage parlors is because getting those massages and things, that's femininity. A lot of you ladies have lost your femininity, and that's really your superpower. You think your superpower is masculinity, raising your voice, trying to brag about how much you don't need a man. Ain't no man trying to hear that. What a man trying to do is see your soft side. He got enough strength for y'all. We trying to see your soft side. Baby, do you want a massage? Baby, you want me to rub on your neck? You want me to rub on your back? Yeah, all up in your face, being seductive. See, like when y'all modern women go out, y'all showing y'all ass and cleavage to the world. You're supposed to cover that up to the world. That's for your man. And when you get home, you dress real sexy and provocative. You get all up in his face and you show them things. Your femininity is what he loves. And that'll bring out his masculine. You guys not really truly understanding your divine feminine and the power that it has. I saw a video today where a girl said, you want to know how to get his soul? You got to suck it out through his butthole. I'm sitting here looking at the camera like, girl, what? Y'all keep on thinking that sexual prowess is what's going to make a man submit to you, make a man be with you. Yo, a man can go pay a $40 hoe for all of that. I'm sorry, a $40 304 to do every bit of that. And guess what she going to do? Be feminine. She ain't going to complain. She ain't going to act like she don't like him. He gave her $40 and she going to act like he the baddest thing since sliced bread because he's paying for an experience. He can go get that. Yo, sex is cool, but you sitting here thinking that's what's going to make a man bow down to you, like propose to you. A man ain't fitting to bow down for no sex. Y'all crazy. How many of y'all done said I can be with a man and give him everything he wants sexually, suck him off every time he wants, do all of this for him, dress in whatever outfit he wants, put whatever outfit on he wants, and he's still gonna do me dirty. He's still gonna cheat. Let me tell you something, man. Be feminine with him. Be feminine with him. I guarantee you he won't be able to replace you. But see, being feminine is difficult because it costs you something. See, for men don't want to be masculine anymore. I can see that. They don't want to pay all the bills. They want a 50-50 thing. They don't understand, like, that ain't what marriage is, though. That ain't what marriage is. It's what it can be if y'all want that. But that's not what marriage was. It's never been that. Women wasn't working back in the day. So you getting a marriage, you going out and getting a wife meant you understood that you needed a woman at home to raise those children. It wasn't saying I needed help paying the bills. You already had your life together when you looked for a wife, man. That's why he who finds a wife finds a good thing, because he's in a good place. He's looking for a woman to care for, not looking for a woman to care for him by ways of resources. Do you understand? So men are not wanting to be masculine either. And I'm telling you, whenever you hold back your masculinity, you're going to get a halfway feminine woman. And when you hold back your femininity, you're going to get a halfway masculine man. So ladies, if you want to go around and saying, okay, it's 50-50, you're going to get a man who wants to be 50-50. And guess what that's going to entail? A man who don't act like a man all the way. I'm just telling you the truth. Men, you're going to find a woman who's willing to pay 50-50 with you. You're going to keep a lot of money in your pocket, but guess what you're going to get? A disagreeable woman, and you're going to get a woman who's not very feminine and not very agreeable to your cause. You know why? She paying half them damn bills, and she probably resents you for it. I'm telling you now. If you're not willing to say, look, I'll take care of you, I'm willing to make sure I provide for you protection-wise and resource-wise, listen, man, you might need to ask yourself if you could ask her for all of her femininity. Her to consider you first and foremost in her life. If you're not making her the priority and taking care of that, can you really say I'm asking her for, you know what I'm saying, for that type? Yeah, 75-25 is actually more like it. I don't need your money, but your money's cool. You understand? Your money can work. And it may even be a point where he need the money. I've seen women a lot of times say, if I'm making money, he got to make more than me. I seen a girl that said, I make 80,000, then he need to make more than that. So he can't make 50. So if you make 80,000 and he make 50, that's 130. Oh, that ain't enough for two people. See, 130 would be great for a family, but notice how she ain't trying to do that. So a man so hang on, see here. So a man want their woman to be a stripper. No, don't misunderstand it. What I'm telling you is in that strip club, those women are doing more than stripping. They're listening to what this man is saying. They're acting kind of like a barber or a bartender by listening to what this man is saying. And many strippers will tell you, it ain't all about their body. It ain't all about like, yo, she got a fat butt. Let me throw some dollars at her. A lot of those men, most of those men being there pouring their heart out to those women. And most of those men fall in love with those strippers. How many times have you seen a man go to the strip club and literally fall in love with the stripper, give her all of his money? I'm talking about empty his bank account in that moment. Do you really think it's because of her body? He already see her body. He can see her body from across the room. Why is he giving her all that bread? Because she's catering to something that he truly, truly needs. Selling them fantasies, right? What's the fantasy, Candy? The softness, the femininity, that what he say matter, that he's a powerful man, that he deserves love. He deserves somebody to be all up in his face, loving on him without any reservation. He deserves a woman in his face, giving him love without questioning if he really want her or not, trying to make him earn it. That's what he's wanting. He wants a woman who truly sees him and loves him and just gives it to him because he's great. When he goes to the strip club, yo, he'll spend his dollars for that. So y'all gonna say, man, why you always up in the strip club? Yo, them strippers be real nice to me, yo. Now, I'm not a man that liked the strip club. In fact, I've always disliked it. Simply because it makes me feel weird to sit in a place where I can be looked at while I'm observing a woman's body. I think women's bodies are absolutely beautiful, but I don't want nobody watching me look at a woman, and I don't want to objectify women at all. I've never been that type of person. So I've never saw the value in going to a strip club. I never saw the value in paying a woman to give me attention of any sort. So I would never pay a woman for sex. I'd never pay a woman for her attention. I'd never pay a woman to dance for me. However, I have had friends who talked me into going to a strip club. Kevin, you don't like strip clubs? I said, no, I've never been to one. Man, you should go see if you like it. I went, and guess what? Women were really nice to me, yo. Really, really nice. All up in your face. Yes, it's because they want your money, but guess what they're doing to get your money? They're trying to give you femininity. And y'all not understanding that, but it's not necessarily just about the sex, family. It's about the femininity, yo. Like, we want a soft woman, we really do. Okay. Somebody, Yari says facts. I met a woman, she makes 60K a year. She needs a man that makes that or more. I made a lot more. And I was thinking, what if I felt that way? That I needed someone who made what I made or more. Equality is equality, right? That's not how I am. I'm just saying, you actually right, Yuri. What if you said, since I'm making good money, I want my woman to make good money? What if you said that? What if you live by that criteria? You see what I'm saying? I agree, XXX. I only like being teased by somebody who truly interested in me. I'm the same way. I don't want it. If I got to pay you for you to be nice and kind and soft to me, then I don't want it. I don't want it. No, I want it free. I want it freely given. Freely given. Freely given, guys. but I can go on this topic forever. I think as a community, as individuals, first off, and even as a community, we need to decide what marriage is to us. You understand? And then start trying to manifest that. Because a lot of you guys have trouble with manifestation, and a lot of it is in your ignorance. In order to be a truly good manifester, you have to put time into your purpose and into your agenda. What do you want in life? Okay, what does Bridget Preston want from life? What does Angel Quinn want from life? What does Coletta want from life? What do you want from your marriage? If you know that, that's going to give you a better chance to manifest the type of marriage that you want. Is that understandable to you guys? If you don't truly know what a marriage is or what you expect the marriage to be, you're going to keep on manifesting horrible relationships that's not going to be anything close to what you want in a marriage. Do you understand? And please understand, a marriage is something that you bring your children through. It is holy, family. The sacred act that you do is holy, but we've been abusing that, doing that without marriage. But once you get married, family, you're choosing that this person is your partner for life. You got to be seeing something in them that makes them worthy of doing that. And if you're going to forge your life with them, but still not work with them, still not give them your all, you have to ask yourself, are you the problem? A woman said today that, a man will marry you and still use you. Oh, really? A man gonna marry you to use you? He gonna go get paperwork that puts him in a losing position just to use you? He gonna ask you to be in his life forever just to use you? That's what he doing? Ladies, if you marry this man and you sitting here still questioning about if he used you or his intent for you, you should have never married the guy. And your mindset is what's gonna hold the marriage back. If you can't just shut down all those devils on your shoulder and just say, let me give my all to this man that I married, that I deem worthy for marriage. If you're not doing that, you're the problem. Men, if you're not truly being masculine for your woman by saying, I'm not going to live in doubt, I'm not going to live in fear. This is my wife. I'm going to work my ass off to provide for my wife because we married now. Ain't no need of me sitting here still wondering about if she using me. If she using you, it's too late. You married. You might as well make as much money as you can. If you think she's using you, because she's gonna take half that shit anyway. If she using you, it ain't gonna change. So you might as well just be the best man you can anyway. Hey, you married her. So I don't see the logic in marrying somebody and still holding back really for any reason. Once you say this person's your husband or wife, like I said, I can understand if you're in a relationship with them and it's not a marriage. I can see you saying, does this person really have the best interest for me? Does this person really see me long term? But once y'all get married, you really sitting here saying, I don't trust him, I don't trust her? That's crazy. If you're still using your trauma from you being hurt in past relationships to not perform for your husband or wife, you are the problem. And that's regardless of what you've been through. Kevin, you don't understand what I've been through. I'm traumatized. You got married. Don't hold your husband accountable to what some other man did to you. It's time for you to drop all of that and perform like there was no yesterday. Once you get married, family, you're saying there was no yesterday. There's only tomorrow. There's only the future. There's only the now. Let me give you everything that a husband deserves because I made you my husband. Once you're married, man, you're going to say, you're my wife. Let me give you everything that a wife deserves because you're my wife. Let me get another one. What am I holding back for? What am I holding back for? You are my representation. You are my mirror. You are my reflection. What am I holding back for? Any amount that I hold back only hurts what's in my vessel because we are one now. If I don't pour into you, I don't pour into me. That's why self-love is the best love. You love yourself by loving her. The moment that you start holding back, you don't love yourself, family. You sitting here using some type of excuse to not perform. That is ridiculous. And that is for your wife or for your husband. Why would you have them sit around and be miserable if you could just perform? What they need is from you. And you ain't going to give it when it's limitless. They want more love. What you ran out? They want more love, family. What you ran out of love? You fresh out, huh? Yeah. They want some attention and some time. Let me guess, you ain't got no more of that. They just want a little bit of affection. They want a little bit of affection, but you ain't got that in you. You ain't got that. Fella, she asking you to give her some time, give her some attention, show her that you still got eyes for her, but you ain't got that. You ain't got no more romance in you, do you? Fresh out, huh? Fresh out of romance, fresh out of validation, right? What you look like telling that woman that she mean the world to you? I ain't got to do none of that shit. Shit, we together now. Shit, you need to get it together and just perform, right? Yeah. I'm a man, and I don't wanna foot the bill. Oh, you my wife, and you just want to know if I still love you? You on your own. I ain't helping with that. There ain't nothing I can say or do to show you I still love you. I'm getting tired of you even asking me for it, right? See how much sense that make? Oh, you my husband. Oh, you want me to say something to make you feel powerful? Hell no. You want me as a wife to make you as a husband feel strong and mighty? Nah. Oh, you want me as a husband to make you feel safe and protected? No. That's too much to ask. Right? You want me as a husband to be dedicated and strong and sure in my decisions? Hell no. As a husband, you need me to have a plan. You need me to know where we're going and where I'm taking this family. But I ain't trying to hear that. Just ride, right? Just ride with a blindfold on. Don't ask no questions because you ain't driving no way, right? As a wife, I understand that you live in the details and you need to know where you're going, even if you're going to ride on the passenger side. I understand that you've grown and you still deserve some details. So I can't just expect you to just say, shut up and ride. I can't just expect you to just shut up and ride. Wow. Yes, you don't gotta live in the directions that he's turning. You don't gotta live in all the lefts and the rights, love. And he ain't expecting you to live in the lefts and the rights, but you also can't expect this woman to just sit here and be blindly going where no woman has ever gone before. The man is preaching. The man is preaching. In other words, kings, you must have a plan. Where you taking your marriage, kings? What you want with your marriage? Yeah, how you plan on raising your children? What's your religion? How you think, family? Yeah, what you want your wife's religion to be? Yeah, do you want your wife to be believing in non-binary? Right? Do you want your future, you want your wife of the future to be sitting here saying, hey, I'm gonna get my son's penis chopped off because he think he a girl. Is that what you want? You better start asking these questions, family. A lot of people think different things out here, so you better start asking these questions. Is it not important to you what he or she thinks, family? Is it not important to you? This is your husband or wife, right? And you might even say to him, well, I ain't gonna marry you. I ain't doing the paperwork. Well, if you're doing a sacred act to her, that leaves gateway for a child, which is marriage, because that ties you to that person for life. I would venture to say having a child with somebody is more important than marrying them. They have 50-50 creation. They have over the biological child. This means that the things that they eat is going to be produced into your child. The way they carry your child, what they do, how they speak life into your child is all based on how they see the world. 50% of your child is that person. Actually, 100% of that person is your child. 50% of your child is that person, but 100% of that person is going to be that child. Not just biologically, but as a wife, as a woman, she probably going to raise your child. And you don't care how she think. Ladies, when you say that man want me to think like him, don't you see why? Somebody say the child is the marriage. They call y'all mama and daddy, and how mama and daddy raised them is how they gonna be. That's very important, family. Did you know that? Were you once a child? Oh, you preaching now, kid. You preaching. This is why I speak for the ancestors, okay? This is why I speak for the ancestors. Were you once a child? Didn't you love the idea of your mama and daddy? Wouldn't you have loved if your mama and daddy worked together with you in mind as a child? Woo! Wouldn't you have loved if your parents took you in mind and performed in a way that you succeeded in life, that you had a great perspective on life? Wouldn't you love for your father to talk to your mother like she's your mother? Wouldn't you want your father to talk to his wife like she is your mother? Respect her because she gave you life, right? Wouldn't you want that? Wouldn't you want your mother to respect your father? It's just a lot of people agreeing right now, family. They say, what's up with the claps? I can't help the claps. When you're hitting the nail on the head, you hear a lot of ding, 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 ding. And all you got is the hammer, everything like a nail. Tell them, family. The brother preaches. The brother is absolutely preaching, and y'all know it, okay? So if the person that you have children with is that important, okay, why are you not taking time in vetting this person? Why are you not taking it serious? Why are you laying down with every Tom, Mo, and Harry Dick? I'm sorry, Dick and Harry. Say, family, why are you hanging out with every Tom and Harry Dick? I'm sorry, Dick and Harry. Why? Why are you laying down with men who you don't see as husband material, who you don't see as father material? Why are you giving access of your womb to men who are not worthy of being fathers or husbands? When will you raise your standards as a woman and know that no man gonna get through to you unless he's worthy? When you gonna do that, family? You the access to sex. You the gateway. Every person who ever slept with you was probably because you let them, and if they didn't, that was considered great. Right? He ain't got no business having his hands on you unless you let him, right? So why are you letting men lay with you? Oh, okay, I get it. I get it. I get it. You want some D. I get it. I get it. Where them boos? Let me go back to my boos because I know y'all gonna boo me when I say this. I get why y'all not vetting these men. I know why y'all just sleeping with these men and not even trying to make sure who they are because y'all want some D. Oh, y'all just gonna boo me? Oh, so I'll get booed now. Oh, that I can get no claps for that. Y'all don't want no D. Oh, okay. All right. That ain't what it is then. Y'all booed me on that. Then what's the reason then? What's the reason that y'all letting these men sleep with y'all and you know they ain't worthy of marriage? What's the reason? I'm thinking it's because you want some D. Can y'all tell me what the reason is? It ain't cause for some D. Instant gratification. How do you spell that? What do instant gratification start with, y'all? I would say a D. Capital D. How y'all say it? I got needs. I ain't mad. You mad? Well, listen, I gotta tell you this. Good D don't raise kids. Oh, now he's back on it. Yeah, good D don't raise kids. Oh, okay, I got the crowd back. Okay. I'm glad I got the crowd back. Guess what? Neither does good P. Oh, wait. Whoa. Wait, time out. Hang on. I don't like this. I don't like how y'all acting right here. Hang on. Let me say this again. Good D don't raise no kids. Okay, y'all like that. Okay. Let me try this again. Good P don't raise no kids. Oh, okay. Y'all don't like that. Why y'all don't like that? Did y'all think it did? Oh, don't boo me. It's just a question. I hate the sound effects. Okay, let's take a vote. If y'all don't like the sound effects, let me know and I'll stop. I'm doing this to troll. He talking good when I don't like the sound. Why I don't like the sound effects? I like the sound effects. Come on, don't do me like that now. Why y'all don't like these sound effects? Why y'all like these sound effects now? Do good P raise kids? Because I know we think it do, fellas. I know it do. We think a fat booty raise kids, don't we? All right. Okay, y'all don't like the sound effects. Okay, I'm gonna stop then. Listen, family. The moral of the story is, as a man, you should have a plan. You say it's corny, but you laughing though, Carisha. So look, as a man, you should have a plan for how your marriage should look, how your children ought to be raised, what your future self looks like in 10 to 15, maybe 20 years. You should see your future selves, man. And then you should marry a woman that embodies that, a woman of that intellect, a woman of your mental capacity that can see giving you that generation. And that generation means gene rations. Generations means gene rations. If you're going to give somebody your genes, you better make sure that they are the right ground to be planting in. I know y'all don't like it, but the boy just dropping gems, and every time I drop one, y'all clap. Thank you, Yvette. Everybody being nice to me. Thank you, Yvette. She says, you're so damn gorgeous. Thank you, love. See, y'all can see black beauty, man. But y'all can't hear black intellect. Y'all don't want to hear that. Y'all gonna try to focus on the sound effects. You don't like them talking about they ain't genuine. Man, listen, that's why they sound effects. We know it ain't genuine. Who said I was looking for genuine? I'm looking to make y'all laugh. I'm looking to be entertaining while I teach. But y'all, man, teach. All right. Okay, Monica. Go on, chill. It's all right. That's what my guard dog do when people get near the house. You understand? Whenever he know that y'all on here being hostile. Okay, so he can hear some of y'all hostility through the computers. That's why he's going crazy right now. It's okay, Gone. Calm down. Calm down, boy. It's okay. Calm down, boy. All right. We're going to get back on subject now. Okay. So the importance of marriage shouldn't have to be stressed. It's somebody that you're going to spend the entirety of your life with, that you're going to bring children through. That person and their mindset is very, very, very important. And if you're not going to consider all of that, family, you're setting yourself up for failure. I'm talking to you men. It's very important because the woman that you give your children to, all right, because they start off inside of you, you better understand, you are the one who carrying your gene rations, men. You are carrying your gene rations. Your gene rations. Yes, the truth is my brother. Born brother. Same mother, same father. But fellas, you're carrying your gene rations. Before you deem somebody worthy of that, you should make sure that she has the mental capacity to be the mother to your children. Okay, that means a long-term commitment, a forever life commitment with this person because you're going to have children with them. That means this person 100% will pour how they think into that child, even with their behavior. Their toxicity will bleed into that child. Their traumas will bleed into that child. Their view, their perspective on life, their religion will bleed into that child. Do you understand? Do you understand that? Thank you, Carisha. You said we're about time to the sound effects. All right, okay. Well, but I'm talking good. As long as I'm talking good, as long as y'all know the man dropping gems, we good, right? Right? So family, it's very important. And ladies, it's very important that you understand the man that you're going to be with, that the man has a plan, that the man is consistent, that he's not lazy, that he's about his business, that he's a master manifester. You don't want some man who's very confused about what he's doing and don't know what direction he's moving in, because that person sucks at manifestation. Do you understand that? Let me express to you what manifestation looks like, in a visual on manifestation. Let's say you take a person and you stand them in the middle of a room. Okay, on one wall, you put $1 million. On the other wall, you put happy marriage. On the other wall, you put fame. And on the wall behind you, you put good career. Okay. This means this man has 4 things that he could do with his life. He could choose his life to go chase riches. He could choose his life to go find a wife and have children. He can decide in his life to go chase fame and fortune, spend his life challenging himself and his talents, right? And become the greatest person he could be in the realm of talent. Or he can go a whole different way and pursue some other life thing, right? Now he's in the middle of the floor. Now, if he chooses to go after money, let's say he takes a step in that direction, boom, boom, money. If he's good at manifestation, he'll block the other 3 out and go towards the money. Every step that he makes will be towards manifesting what's in his mind's eye. Okay? So he's going to manifest those riches, or he's going to manifest that family, or he's going to manifest that fame by any means necessary. Now, let's say he takes a step to the right and then decides, maybe I want fame. So he steps back in the other direction. Guess what he just did? Got further away from riches and started chasing something else. Do you understand? Let's say he decides to go towards the other wall. He's not still manifesting the thing that he said he wants. So the chances of it happening is going to be slim to none. In order to make something truly happen, family, even if you try a lot of times, you ain't going to make it happen the way you want it to, the way you desire it to. So please know, if you're going to make something happen, it definitely requires your focus and attention and your consistency. Manifestation works like whatever decisions you make today will get you closer to your plan. And a good man, not a man who's nice to people. I don't mean that by a good man. What I mean by a good man in that regard is a man who's consistent in accomplishing his tasks at hand. That man would be ideal for being functional in marriage because he knows how to make his plans come to fruition. Do you understand, family? But if you have a man who's not a really good manifester, he talks a good game, but he don't walk the talk. That man, even if he loves you, he may not be ideal for marriage or raising your children with him. Now, if he is a good cultivator, a good manifester, you want your children to witness that. You want your children to learn from him. For these reasons, family, you would marry this man. But understand, if you marry a man that's good at manifesting what he say, he may not be so much in the realm of lovey-dovey. Do you understand this? So as a woman, you'd say boyfriend and girlfriend stuff, that's about lovey-dovey. That's about how he makes me feel. But once I decide to marry a man, it's based on what he can do for my children, how far he can take my tribe and family. So while love and if affection is important, I'm actually more focused on marriage being about the work and effort that we put in. So love would have to be redefined. Love as a girlfriend or boyfriend is how you feel, the feeling in your chest. That's absolutely fine. Marriage, family, should be about the work that you put in, how well you work together. So marriage should be working together. Love should be working together. The moment that you stop working together, you no longer have love. You no longer have 2 people working to solidify or manifest a destiny. You have one person and another person working against them. Do you understand? And that ain't marriage. That's not harmony. When you're married, you're supposed to perform or get out. Don't say I ain't happy, so I ain't performing. You keep performing or you end the relationship. Because if you stop performing, you're failing your marriage, you're failing your children. Do you understand? You're failing the mother-in-law, the father-in-law, the brothers-in-law, the sisters-in-law, because your tribe is dependent upon them. Do you understand that? You sound like a pastor, Yvette Bauer said. What does that mean, Yvette? Is it my vernacular? Is it my cadence? Because I used to be a pastor. Sometimes it leaks out. I ain't gonna lie. T Love says I need you to hear this. I'm glad, T Love. I'm hoping a lot of you guys can take this and make it applicable to your own life. And if you're gonna be girlfriend and boyfriend, yeah, you're gonna make each other happy. But if the moment you decide about being a marriage, you've already got making each other happy kind of down. Y'all already understand y'all's love languages. That ain't a problem. Now you're saying marriage. This saying we have a job to do now. You can't get married and not know what the job entails. It's like somebody hiring you and not telling you what the job entails. That's weird. Do you understand? Well, damn, I love your speech because my husband, it's always on top with my kids' stuff. Every sports and family activity. Absolutely. See, he cares about his children. He cares about how much time he pours into his children, how he lives in front of his children. He wants to be there and make memories. He wants your children to see him in the stands when they're playing ball because he knows they'll always remember that. A good father knows he's creating memorable moments for his children, things that they can tell their grandkids, moments that he's teaching them. He lives for those moments. He lives for not failing his children and being there when it's most important to his children. He lived for that. A bad father will constantly let his children down. I'm telling you, yo, a bad mother will constantly let their children down. There won't be any understanding. So you got to see your children as your future self. The way you live in front of them is going to change how they see the world. And it's going to be repeated through their genealogy. So how you live in front of your children, how you raise your children, speaks to the generations or gene rations that will come through them from years to come. So how you treat your child, you may see that prevalent in your great, great, great grandchildren if you were still living, because how you act is how they see the world. And that's potentially how they act. It's important, family. Every day, every move that you make is a decision that helps your family either prosper or break it down. Manifestation looks like every decision that you make is made with the idea of manifesting the goal that you want. If you say you got a plan, why are you doing something different than what would create that plan for you? If you say you want to be somebody great, then why are you over here arguing with this nobody? Why are you over here debating with somebody who has nothing to do with your future? Why are you spending time with somebody who ain't got nothing to do with where you want to go in life? Why are you giving a woman a child or a man a child who is not father or mother material? Why are you doing that? That's not manifestation. That's not healthy manifestation. Manifestation looks like until I get what I want, I'm not stopping. But I'm going to be worthy of what I'm saying I want. So manifesting a good man, ladies, doesn't look like put it in the universe and say what you want and he'll show up. That's not how you get a good man. How you get a good man is being a woman that man deems worthy. The man that you say you want, think about what type of woman he would deem worthy. Become that. That's what manifestation looks like. If you want to be a lawyer, you want someone to hire you for law, then you have to go become someone who's worthy of that. If you want to be a doctor, you have to go first and become worthy of that. Then somebody will come to you for your medicine or for what you have to say about medicine. You see what I'm saying, family? We're so backwards in this stuff. I really, truly wish we understood that. If you're going to manifest someone great to you, you must have to be somebody who's worthy of a great person. If you as a man say, I want a good wife, I want a wife who's going to be great for my children, who's going to help me manifest a healthy reality for my children, then what type of man do you have to be as a man? You have to be a man that's worthy for such woman, family. You ain't going to be able to step to that type of woman with no plan and she submit her life to you, not knowing what the hell you doing or where you going. And you ain't got no bread. You ain't got no resources, that you ain't shown that you have the credibility to trust. You haven't shown that. You ain't even got your life together. So you got to understand, a woman like that ain't about to listen to nothing you got to say. Like, she ain't trying to hear that. So just understand that, family. If you're going to manifest a great person to you, then you got to be great. And as difficult as it is to be great, that's how difficult it is to manifest a good person in you. So it's difficult as it is, family, for you to be an overall better person, a person who somebody actually wants to be around. It's because I have this camera that follows my every movement. I'll learn how to turn that off if that's bothering y'all. People always ask me my flow, and I don't realize how much that's doing that. But yeah, my camera actually follows me. So if I do this, it'll lean over. You see what I'm saying, family? So one of those, I was just trying to do something different in my studio. I haven't saw anybody using that, so I thought it would be cool. I actually plan on doing more stand-up talks where I use a green screen, and as I'm walking around, I can point to different stuff and stuff like that, more of like a news reporter type thing. So just kind of look forward to that. I'm going to start doing my videos like a news reporter would. This just in. Couple breaks up because he proposes 5 years too late. According to the woman, she says that he didn't present the ring well. And now she wants to get a divorce because she wants to not get married. And she no longer wants to be with him because he waited too long to propose, but she was just with him. Back to you, Bill. You know it sounds good. You know it sounds good. You know it sounds good. Check the show out. Check, it's going to be an amazing show. Likely without the hand claps and the boos. But I like those hand claps and boos. I think it you know, it kind of gives you guys a voice. We know when I'm saying certain stuff. We know y'all out there like this. Nah, I ain't want to hear that. Boo. I have a rotten tomato threw up here on my desk. Good P don't raise kids. Neither does good D. So we should base who we marry and who we father and mother children with on the character of a person. I'll be here all week, family. I will be here all week. I know I keep dropping bombs, and I know you got to travel far and wide to get this type of wisdom. You understand? But I'm going to say that again, okay? Because good P don't raise kids. Hang on, let me get shit together. Hang on. Because good P don't raise kids. And neither does good D. We must vet the future mother or father of our children or our future husbands and wives based on their character. That boy preaching right there. What is character, family? What would you guys say character is? What is character? Character. What is that? It ain't just a role you play in a movie. So what is character, family? What would you guys say character is? Character. Give me your definition. Give me your definition for character. Okay? We're going to see what Webster got to say. So don't go type in Webster before I get to it. Okay? Let's see here. What is character? Let's see here. Character. Character. See right here, this is the definition right here. This is the definition. Dephonation. Phonation is speaking, it's sound. Phonation. Dephonation means language that you cannot hear. So when you write it down, it's called dephonation. This is them telling you how to pronounce a word that you cannot hear. Dephonation. What this is not the definition. This right here is not the definition. This is the description of the word, of the meaning of the word. The definition is here. Dephonation. That's why phone, P-H-O-N-E, is short for phonation, family. Okay? So when you look at these words, you see character right here. Watch this. When I tell you what, watch, it's going to tell us how to say it. Listen. Character. See, because that's the phonation when you hit the button beside the deaf phonation, right? Character. Okay, anyway, back to this. The mental and moral qualities distinctive to an individual. Oh, the mental and moral qualities distinctive to an individual. That's deep. That's very deep. Kevin, you just gonna say that's deep. You being melodramatic. Why is that deep, Kev? Why is that deep, Kevin? Kevin, I'm being silly there. Here's why that's deep. It says the mental character, the mental, right? This is why I always be talking to y'all about emotional awareness, emotional intelligence, and not being emotional terrorists. The mental of a person, the mentality of a person. How do they respond when they feel triggered? Being triggered is one thing. How you respond is another. Do they justify their actions? Okay, do they justify their actions with an excuse? Do they act unproportionally to what just happened to them? With outbursts of emotional crap? Their mentality, how they see the world, how they view the world, family. Do they use leverage when trying to have an understanding with you? instead of trying to talk sense with you and rationalize with you? Or do they just use leverage? Okay. The mentality of a person. What do they believe in, family? What is their religion? What's the way they view the world? The mental, are they smart? Can you have a conversation with them and they actually understand what you're saying? Or are they actually dumb? Yeah, we don't like to say these type things, but some people aren't very smart. So what is their mental capacity? Am I saying they're dumb, meaning they don't have a propensity to be smart? No, but some people do not give a damn about learning, making them dumb. They don't care to look up anything. They don't care to know more. Where they are in their life right now is perfectly fine. If I think back to my days where I didn't know a lot, I felt like a prisoner compared to now. I would never give up the knowledge that I have now to put my brain back into that small shell or prison that it used to be in. And I wouldn't expect anybody to share a world with me when I thought that way. My mental was very closed in. Okay. So I had to grow mentally. Okay. Now, the moral qualities of a person, moral qualities distinctive to an individual. Morals are things that we learn as we grow up. In your natural state, we don't have morals, but as you grow up, you hear of social dynamics. That is what we create morals through. Why is this right? Why is this wrong? Why shouldn't we behave this way? Why should we behave this way? As you age in life, you should develop more moral qualities distinctive to you as an individual. However, some people made it all the way to being an adult and they still assholes. Some people made it all the way to being a grown-up and they still take pride in cussing people out. They still take pride in being very toxic. So you have to ask yourself, what are the moral qualities of that person based on how they see themselves? It's going to be distinctive to the individual. So does this person see themselves as a boss chick? Because if she does, she's going to have different moral qualities, family. A boss chick is not going to see herself as she should submit or that it's wrong to not treat a man with the utmost respect. A boss chick carries herself by the moral idea that if she don't like it, she's gonna raise her voice. She's gonna be ratchet. She's gonna talk down to the man. She's gonna shame the man. She's gonna have something smart to say. So to her, how she talked to you isn't something that's indicative of negative character. It's something that's more points out how real she is. I'm telling you now. You guys know, like as men, right? You could be dealing with another man who won't live to the same moral standards as you. Let's say you're dealing with a guy who's from the streets. Okay, well, he prides himself on having a short temper. He prides himself on slapping somebody in the mouth for saying something negative. He prides himself on physical violence every time somebody somewhat cross him. If you step on his shoe, he's gonna have something to say. If you look at him, he's gonna have something to say. And he don't see any of these things as negative behavior. In fact, the man who goes to work every day, the man who's married, who stay out of trouble, that man is seen as lame. So in his moral framework, there's something wrong with the man who don't stay in a bunch of trouble, who don't slap the shit out of people for saying something that he didn't like. So your morals ain't everybody else's morals. Do you understand that, family? So when you try to look at the character of a person, you can't judge them based on your standard. The way they carry themselves is going to be how they think is okay. And that's probably why they're able to do some of the wrong shit to you that they do. I have a blusterer, right? This dude that made all kind of lies about me. I used to see him as a friend, even though I saw him doing this to other people. And I thought that he'd never do this shit to me. Stupid I was, because now I'm this man's main point of attention. He's 52 years old and he wants to chase behind me, accusing me of shit I didn't do because he thinks it brings him clout. I look at him and say, why don't he feel bad for the lies? Because he know he lying. He know he is. He's never going to do that, family, because he lives by a different moral code. To him, to make videos lying on somebody is something that he thinks is okay. He doesn't see how he's completely a B word, because I call men B's, I don't call women that. He's completely a B for how he behaves. See, I was raised with a different moral framework. To carry myself like he carries himself, I would feel like a loser because I was taught not to behave that way. But he's okay with carrying himself that way. Do you understand? So I could never win with him unless I met him where he was. I would have to lower my character to even compete with this person. So you just got to let them have it and not have them in your life. So we should actually date people for their mental and character framework. How a person sees themselves, how the things that they believe that being a good person is, the things that they think makes them who they are, they're going to use that as the mental framework on how they treat you and how they act when things happen around them. So if somebody seems to be triggered and they're going from 0 to 100, they don't feel like it's wrong. They think that's what's required of them, and they actually probably take pride in behaving that way. So when you see somebody acting completely out of what you think is normal, in their mind, the way they was raised, that's exactly how your ass supposed to act. You see what I'm saying? If they don't like the waitress's food, she gonna cuss them out. She gonna cuss the waitress out, family. If you say something smart to her, she gonna say something smart back because she's ratchet. She's not gonna say, I don't want to be talked to that way. I demand more respect when I'm talked to because I'm not gonna treat you like that, sir. That's not how she's gonna respond. She's actually looking forward to responding toxically because that's how she was trained to be. So you sitting here judging her to your standards, or she's sitting here judging him to her standards. Why he cheating on you? Why he do you dirty? Because to him, you nothing more than just somebody to do dirty. This man will be with his homeboy and laugh about the excuse he just gave you while his homeboy was listening. He know he ain't where he said he was at. And here you are want this man to feel sorry for cheating on you. You want him to feel bad about being out all night with somebody else, but telling you he was somewhere else. That man ain't about to feel bad. He bragging about that shit. So you're expecting his character to change. His character is only going to change according to how he see the world. I promise you. So you want this man to adjust to how you see the world. It's not going to happen. So it's better to just ask the man how he see the world. He has to see cheating as wrong. He has to see that as that, family. If he getting with you and he's cheating when he met you, then you probably know what you're signing up for. So you need to be worried about and understand the character of a person before you deal with them. So now that we understand what character means, maybe we can start making that applicable in our lives. That's all. Good P don't raise kids. Good D don't raise kids. Good character does. And good character takes time to cultivate. Good character takes consistency. Good character is forged with every decision that you make. It's ruined with every negative decision that you make. Your character is what people defines as you based on the decisions that you make, the sum total of you. If you have low accountability, that is a dock on your character. If you won't admit when you're wrong, that is a dock on your character. We already saw you do wrong, but if you admit that you did wrong, that actually helps your character. It shows us that you're willing to do better. But if you actually will not accept accountability, that is a dock on your character because not only will you mistreat somebody, you won't admit it. This is pointing to all the reasons why you ain't nobody good to forge your life with because you would treat a person like shit but won't even admit it. How are you going to be better? How do you get better in life without being accountable? Yo, that's crazy. So you got to understand how important character is. If he won't be accountable to the damage he did to you, yo, that ain't the type of man you need to be with, ladies. I'm telling you now. I'm telling you now. Okay? So look for people with character, and character ain't something that you can just talk and lie about. It's displayed with every conversation, every disagreement, every debate. Character is on the expose. Trust me, it is. How he talks to you, how she talks to you is a display of their character. Even if he's having a short day, if he's impatient that day and he says something a little bit out of the way to her, how she handles that is an exposure of her character. She goes, oh, you ain't talking to me that way, you stupid mother effer. I'm a dependent woman. I'm an independent woman. You don't talk to me that way. Trust me, that's an indication of what type of character she has. If she was truly feminine, she would say, what did I do for you to speak to me that way? She wouldn't give you tit for tat. She wouldn't meet you with toxicity. You know why? That's not needed for her. A toxic person, they need to be toxic when you toxic. It will kill them to not reward you with toxicity. I promise you. This is how you know a toxic person when you meet them. They cannot be the bigger person. They got to actually be lower than you. Yeah. If you embarrass them, they really gonna embarrass you. If you say something smart to them, they really gonna come for your jugular. You gotta understand that, yo. You gotta understand that. Yeah, ladies, if you having a short temper and you speak to your man in a way that's not becoming, that man would say to you, listen, I'm not going to be talked to that way. I respect myself more than that. I know that I'm better than that as a man, and I'm not going to let you talk to me that way. I need you to change how you're speaking to me. That's all he needs to say. He don't got to say, why you dirty B? Who the F do you think you is to talk to me like that? I'm a man. I'm an alpha male. Don't nobody talk to me that way. No, it's just, I don't like how you're talking to me. If you don't change how you're talking to me, we're going to have to move around. Now, I'm giving you an opportunity to change how you're talking to me. It's that simple. If she responds by just being more toxic, that ain't the woman for him. He don't got to meet her with, okay, look now, I said, man, ain't no need for all of that stuff. I'm not giving you no toxicity. If you want an abusive relationship, you got to go somewhere else and get that shit. I'm not taking part in it. You understand? And that's what a person with character will always do. You might catch them off guard. You might get an argument out of them from time to time, but that's not going to be their culture. I'm telling you now. Good character is shaped with your whole life, and you have to focus on that. That's right. Soft words turns away wrath, Derek Horsley. You're absolutely right. Do not provoke your person to wrath by speaking to them below how they want to be talked to. You with them. Don't pour into them negativity. Don't do that. If they pour negativity into you, tell them that. You don't have to respond with that. That's all. Anyway, family, decide what it is you want from marriage. You guys saw the video. You guys decide what you want from marriage. If you live in your expectations so much that you would turn a proposal down because they didn't do it right, you have to ask yourself, what's marriage about? But at the same time, the man also has to ask himself, if it took you 10 years to propose, you went and bought a ring, and the best way you can give her that ring is to hand it to her in the car when she's driving, you got to ask yourself, is that woman really important to you? Or is the moves that you're making really important to you as a man? Okay? Let your actions speak louder than your words. Let your actions speak so loud that they can't even hear your words. And those actions don't speak very loud. Okay? Let me give myself an applause for that. Okay, well, my job is done here. That's enough for this live. I'll catch you guys again. I'm going to be doing a video soon called Am I an Emotional Terrorist? And I'm going to talk to you guys about a lot of the things that makes you emotional terrorists. But for now, family, I'm going to wrap it up. Oh, y'all want me to stay on here? Oh, y'all must have really enjoyed the show. But I got to go regardless, family. Oh, stop. Y'all making me feel, I'll tell you what, like y'all keep acting like that, I'll get back on here soon enough, Pauls. I'll keep coming back. I like that y'all don't want a brother to leave. But anyway, family, I'm out. I get it. I know you don't like it, but be evolution. Be the change that you want to see. No candle loses its flame from lighting another. And if you were to ever find yourself in the middle of chaos, it is in that chaos that you will find yourself. And oh yeah, family, you will never have the courage. You will never cross the shore. I always mess this one up. You will never cross the shore until you have the courage to leave the shore. You will never cross the ocean until you have the courage to leave the shore. I always take about 3 tries, but we got it now. Listen, share the content, post it everywhere. Y'all know there needs to be more people watching my platforms, because it will be better for the children involved. It will be better for the husbands involved, and it will be better for the wives involved. It'll be better for the grandchildren. It'll be better for everybody involved. And if y'all were to implement some of these things that I've put careful thought into. Until next time, family. Well, okay, look, I gotta go. I got 2 wives now. Y'all be like, well, Kevin, if you got 2 wives, and how you got time to get over here? But as soon as I say I'm gonna let y'all go, y'all booing. Oh, I get it. I'll be back real soon. Oh, okay. I love it. Peace, family. I love y'all. Be good.